Yo, come on, man. What you mean you don't want to ride with me, nigga?
Get the fucking car, man. Yo, why you take the car? Get the fucking car, man. Get the fucking car. Get the car.
You don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Niggas will put the scream out, they die for me now. Only got one click, they outlaws on the road. In exchange when we fuck them hoes. Let them folks know, you don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Niggas will put the scream out, they die for me now. Only got one click, they outlaws on the road. In exchange when we fuck them hoes. Competitor blows the throne to my foes, no love shown. Get disposed of, blasted full blow. My unknown tendencies to mash my cum. Getting wicked with my ski mask on the stash and dump. My niggas run, I'm the last one standing, the rest die. Victims of my lethal chrome cannon, west side. Though it's worldwide, no one could deny my views. Tracked to my very fabric once the plastic flew. 5 shots changed my whole life. Clothes were slick, niggas died by my orders when I broke this shit. Though we go back like wild nights and Latin quarters. Niggas tried to kill me, and I fed their wives and their daughters. Blazed the weed, drank they seeds, gave them cash. Passed the flame and let the game go rolling past. Why you change? It's a cold world, taught me life. Retaliation proves niggas never caught me right. Say they shot me in my nuts. I done luck quick. Bullshit, nigga, cause I'm still fucking yo bitch. Niggas got me twisted in the bad way. Why you change? Fuck with me, all this shit pay. Nigga, fuck the flames. You don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Niggas are with the scream, how they die for me now. Only got one click, we outlaws on the rock. Fair exchange when we fuck them hoes. Let the folks know. One love, one nation. One love, one nation.
Now outlaw morals is the click boss player, Mr. Machiavelli. I be that Barney putting 20 gauge to your belly. Now can you tell me what's my next move? Say you're in the game, but you don't know the rules, fool. You call my name in vain as I proceed to issue the pain. And mortally insane, so I guess the goddamn trigger hand kinda twitchy. Niggas acting kinda bitchy, but they pass on by, cause I got killers with me. Deep in the midst, no snitches or witnesses. Just a gangster party with the deadliest constituents.
This outlaw, bitch, what the fuck? You didn't know? Kids of cash flow, over with that criminal flow. You nervous Nelly ass niggas belly up in the river. No disser, my niggas getting baby with some flippers. We put it down, roll around, till we find you one half. Put the country back, to remind you top. Yeah, bring the lingo to the click, taste me like a Pringle. Sneaking through your chimney like Chris Kringle. On some shit, give me feeling like the ice twinkle loud. I've been a thug, shoot slugs since a child, and still wild.
You don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Niggas are quick to scream, how they die for me now. Only got one click, they outlaws on the road. Fair exchange when we fuck these hoes. Let the fucks know. You don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Niggas are quick to scream, how they die for me now. Only got one click, they outlaws on the road. Fair exchange when we fuck these hoes. Let the fucks know.
Now when people are done bumping their head to this, you wonder why you wanted anything instead of this. We've been making you bounce for many years already. Rock steady and cut. Many niggas took confetti, but I just wanna blaze it up. Whether it's the mic or a split, yes, my gift is to amaze you one. Thought I couldn't come for 10, my friend, but guess what? I slay niggas and still saving my best nut. But you better cover your rhyme, cause you never know when. I spit it out, it starts and flow in. I drop rhymes that grow like trees you're smoking. Eardrums feel like lungs, your brain's choking. Just let it soak in, seep in, creepin'. I'm keeping all you motherfuckers in the deep end. You want a trip, then I got luggage. I'll stuff you in and send you off, cause you ain't rugged.
You don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Niggas are with the scream, how they die for me now. Only got one click, they outlaws on the road. Fair exchange when we fuck these hoes. Let the fucks know. You don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Niggas are with the scream, how they die for me now. Only got one click, they outlaws on the road. Fair exchange when we fuck these hoes. Let the fucks know. Let the fucks know. Let the punks know. Let the punks know.
That was Taste Your Love by Horace Brown. By the way, ladies, Horace will be throwing a private party at his mansion tonight. So all you sexy ladies, just come on down. Now here's his latest on Motown, One for the Money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh. We do it. One for the money, two for the show, three to get the honey. Here we go. We do it. One for the money.
Get money, nigga. Oh, yeah. Dedication to all the hustlers that get up every motherfucking morning and get working. I see you.
We go.
I'm up before the sunrise, first to hit the block. Little bad motherfucker with a pocket full of rocks. Learn to throw them things. Get my skinny little ass kicked. Niggas laugh till the first motherfucker got blasted. I put the nigga in his casket, and now they covering the bastard in plastic. I smoke blunts on the regular, fuck when it counts. Trying to make $1 million out of quarter ounce. Getting ghost on the 5-0. Fuck them hoes, got a 45 screaming out survival. Hey nigga, can I lay low? Cook some yayo and I'll 5-0 when I say so. Don't wanna go to the pen, I'm hitting fences. Norts on a nigga back, missing me by inches. And they say, how do you survive weighing 155 in the city with
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Hustler and Muscular in the building, also known as the H to the N to the M, dropping some gems, stomping harder than a pair of Timbs. How's everybody doing out there today? Happy Saturday morning to everybody out there listening in and was willing to tune in to your boy. How's everyone doing out there? Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing well. First, let me see who's in the building. Oh, salute, Centacole, unpredictable, always at your Pentacle. Make sure you come back soon. Glad you could be here, my top tier supporter. Here's information to my Instagram, and here's, my Cash App. If anybody be interested in donating, the Cash App is right there. Anybody interested, just, a donation here or there would be very much appreciated. But yeah, welcome to the show. We got a few things to talk about here today. Well, actually, I'm going to cover two main topics, but I decided to, if anybody else got something they want to talk about, I'm going to let them speak their piece on whatever's on their mind, in addition to talking about my two primary topics. And by the way, if y'all can hear me loud and clear out there, please let me know. If not, again, let me know. I'm trying this new mic out, so please let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear. I mean, yeah, I tested it, but you know what you do when you test something may not work well when you actually try it out. So better safe than sorry, I always say. So yeah, let me know if y'all can hear me out there loud and clear. All right. With that being said, let me put this message out here real quick for everybody.
Like, comment, and subscribe, because it's just what the doctor prescribed.
All right. Make sure y'all do just that. Now, before we begin, I got one question to ask everybody out there.
The question is, are you ready?
And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
All right, let's get ready to rumble. All right, now let's get into my first topic of discussion. And this is a, no pun intended, This is a big one. And you'll see why I'm using that, why I say no pun intended. All right. Now, I'm pretty sure y'all heard about this situation right here. I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with this woman. Well, even if you're not familiar with her, you probably heard of her. But yeah, look at this woman. I'm pretty sure y'all heard the story about this woman. This woman is apparently suing a Lyft driver simply because he refused to give her a ride in her Uber, in her car, in his car. I mean, look at this chick. What the fuck? Well, I got a video that gives more details on it. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all a video that gives you more details on it. But let me know what y'all think about this one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, fair use.
This woman, Deja Blanding, is suing Lyft, and it's got the internet divided. So let's talk about her. It's Deja, also known by her rapper name, Dank DeMoss, or more simply, Big Dank, is a musician in Detroit who, and this is relevant to the story, weighs nearly 500 pounds, according to the Express Tribune. So the way the story goes is that earlier this month, she ordered a Lyft ride to a Detroit Lions watch party, but when the driver arrived in his sedan, he apparently told her that he couldn't let her inside, and that's when she started filming.
Yeah, I got no space at all. My car is small.
I can fit in this car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
With the man then saying that his tires were tired, seeming to imply that he didn't think they could support her weight, with him then telling her that he'd cancel the ride so she wouldn't be charged and suggesting that she order a larger vehicle instead. And so then Blanding posts that video to TikTok and Instagram where they then go viral and get picked up by several news sites. But now, like I said, she has taken it a step further. She has filed a lawsuit against Lyft for discrimination. And with that, you had her attorneys telling Fox News that weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
And so with all this, depending on where you go online, there have been drastically different reactions to the news, which is why with that, I got to pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts here? I'd love to hear from you in those comments down below.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thoughts, comments, concerned? What y'all thought about that video? I mean, first of all, for anyone who's ever worked for Uber, DoorDash, or Lyft, from what I understand, you are entitled to reject a ride for whatever reason without so much of an explanation as to why. I mean, this guy's explanation made plenty of sense. I mean, her big ass is not going to be able to fit in the car. I mean, look at how she was built and look at the size of that man's car. How was she even planning on fitting in that car in the first place? And second of all, the lawyer compared this kind of discrimination to religious and racial discrimination. No, sir, they're not the same damn thing. Now, I don't agree with discriminating against overweight people, but come on, we have to think of something called equity, which is making adjustments to accommodate people with certain needs, okay? His refusal to give her a ride had nothing to do with her race, nothing to do with her religion. It had more to do with the fact that the fact that her body weight was too much for that car to handle. That's what this was mostly about. So how you gonna compare that to, I don't want black people in my car, white people in my car, I don't want Christians in my car. Your religion ain't got shit to do with whether or not his car is going to be able to hold you. Because Uber is like any typical job. They don't discriminate. Any kind of job is against, discrimination of any kind. And I don't see that as being no form of discrimination. So I don't understand why I don't understand why he would make the comparison like that. It doesn't make any sense to do. Okay, shout out to Impeccable Living. Glad you could stop by. And just so you know, I choose not to be on camera. Not only does it add a little mystery to things, but hey, I choose not to cam up. And for the record, on my show, you don't necessarily have to cam up because you can see I don't do it. So whatever reason you have for not being on cam, as long as you got a nice little avatar, it's cool. I just don't like camming up. Just so y'all know. And the same with y'all. You don't like camming up, that's cool too. But like I said, how can you compare that to discrimination? I mean, religion discrimination. Me refusing to put an overweight person in my car because it's going to possibly cause my car to break down is not the same damn thing as me telling a person I'm not putting you in my car because of your religion or your Christian. It's not the same fucking thing. That ain't got shit to do whether or not I'm going to make money off the ride. Ain't got shit to do with the condition of my car. So that's the thing that blew me. So what do y'all think? Y'all think she gonna win this case, or do you think that the Uber driver is gonna win this case? And from what I understand, when you're taking Uber and Lyft, it's your own personal car, so you are inclined to reject a ride. You are inclined to do that. You know what I mean? Times Uber has rejected me because of the distance. I've had Uber drivers reject me because of my location, like they can't get to me in a timely manner. So it happens. Now, granted, he didn't have to really say all of that. He didn't really have to say all that. Like, no, I can't put you in my car. You're too big. Maybe he had to say all that. He could have just saw her and then pulled away. Remember, you don't owe when you're an Uber or a Lyft driver, you don't owe nobody no explanation from what I understand. But I guess he didn't know what the hell to do. Whether she should take her or just simply, I don't know. He didn't know what else to do from that point on. Okay, Impeccable Living, you're not familiar with the story. Well, since you just came up here, I'll play the video for you one more time. But you say it's someone talking, I can't hear them. What you mean you can't hear them? Can you hear me loud and clear? If you can hear me, put a 1. If you can't hear me, put a 2. I'm looking at my avatar. My avatar bubble is going up, so I'm guessing I'm coming through clear. Okay, you can hear me. All right. That's all I need to know. You can hear me. Okay. Well, Impeccable Living, since you just came up here, I'll play the video one more time and let me know what you thought about this.
This woman, Deja Blanding, is suing Lyft, and it's got the internet divided. So let's talk about her. It's Deja, also known by her rapper name, Dank DeMoss, or more simply, Big Dank, is a musician in Detroit who, and this is relevant to the story, weighs nearly 500 pounds, according to the Express Tribune. So the way the story goes is that earlier this month, she ordered a Lyft ride to a Detroit Lions watch party, but when the driver arrived in his sedan, he apparently told her that he couldn't let her inside, and that's when she started filming.
Yeah, I got no space at Mom. My car is small.
I can fit in this car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
With the man then saying that his tires were tired, seeming to imply that he didn't think they could support her weight, with him then telling her that he'd cancel the ride so she wouldn't be charged and suggesting that she order a larger vehicle instead. And so then Blanding posts that video to TikTok and Instagram, where they then go viral and get picked up by several news sites. But now, like I said, she has taken it a step further. She has filed a lawsuit against Lyft for discrimination. And with that, you had her attorneys telling Fox News that weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
And so with all this, depending on where you go online, there have been drastically different reactions to the news, which is why with that, I got to pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts here? I'd love to hear from you in those comments down below.
All right, that's the basic gist of what was going on with that story. All right. She said, I thought I heard someone else talking. Well, there's nobody here but me, so I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. Unless it's somebody in your background, I don't know. But there's nobody over here talking. There's nobody over here, just saying. But that's the basic gist of the story. I mean, I don't understand what made her think she would fit into that kind of car. And second of all, a Uber or Lyft driver is inclined to cancel your ride or reject your offer for whatever reason without offering much of an explanation. That's just my understanding. I mean, it's your own personal car. So, hey. So ask yourself this question. Any of y'all, if you were a Lyft driver or Uber driver, would you pick this woman up knowing your car can't fit her? Yes, no, maybe. Would you reject the ride and just keep on moving, or would you take a chance because you don't want to come off as misogynistic or fat phobic or anything like that, even if it means breaking your car down? Let me know what y'all thought about that in the comments below. That's the first topic of today. Now, that's going to be my first topic of discussion. Anybody want to chime in? Feel free to do so in the comments section. Okay, I got a video to show you guys. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right, and we're ready. First off, salute to you, Irby, for stopping by once again. Anybody want to come up and chime in? The link is right there in the description. I thought I'd drop it a little early this time. Impeccable Living said, I don't know what to think. It seemed like a silly lawsuit. At the same time, a car can hold more than 500 pounds, so I can see why she's upset. Well, maybe a car, maybe certain vehicles can hold that kind of weight, but not this damn thing. I mean, you would think that she would want to request a larger vehicle to hold her, because maybe there are some cars that can't hold that excessive amount of weight, but the car that this Lyft driver had was not going to hold her. Just saying. So that's why the Uber was probably in the right to do that. Impeccable One said, how is Me Too ruining dating? It is a conservative live stream. No, it's not a conservative live stream, and I'm going to talk about that later on. I'm going to talk about that later on. And for those of y'all that are new to my panel, as far as the language is concerned, my rule is simple. Keep foul language at a minimum, okay? Meaning you can use some foul language, you can use some curse words and nasty words, but for the sake of YouTube, just keep it at a minimum, okay? I would say no swearing, but you know, I got a mouth on me as well, so I can't cap on that. So keep all the foul language and the sexual talk at a minimum, okay? That's all I ask. Other than that, you're free to speak your piece and say whatever's on your mind. And as far as Me Too ruining dating, we'll talk about that after we talk about this. For right now, we're going to chime in on this topic right here. So for those of y'all listening in, let's get into this first video. And please don't come on and please don't come on my show talking some stupid shit, okay? If you trolling or trying to make me look bad, I'm kicking your monkey ass the fuck out. Just going to say it right there. I ain't got time for that bullshit. I'm here to have a good conversation with people, like-minded people. You got an argument of some sort, well, speak your piece, but be respectful. Because I ain't got time for that bullshit, okay? I don't play that stuff on here. Not in my space. You ain't going to do that. Just saying. All right. Fair use, ladies and gentlemen. Fair use.
Covered some pretty insane lawsuits on this channel. People poisoning goats, people poisoning children, stars of Degrassi spiraling. I mean, we've truly seen it all. At least I thought.
People poisoning children? What the fuck is that? Ugh.
Thought that was the case until I read about a woman who goes by the name Dank Damas. She is the person who was told that they could not get into their Lyft, with the driver's works cited being that she was too large to fit in the back.
Okay, now look at this woman and look at this car. You think that this car can hold her weight? I'm going to say no, it can't. That car is not going to be able to hold her weight. Just saying. Excuse me. Look at that car and look at look at that car and look at her. You think that's going to be able to hold her? No, it's not. Let's continue. Fair use.
Of his vehicle.
Yeah, I got no space at my car is small.
I can fit in this car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
You said his car was full. I don't know about this car being full, because I don't know about all that, but I just know that she won't be able to fit up in there. Irby said, hell no. So no, you know she ain't gonna be able to fit up in it. The driver said the car was full. Now we don't know what else he had in that car, because you're supposed to keep your car clear for passengers to get in. So I don't know about all that. I don't know about his car, but I just know one thing for sure: his car is not gonna be able to hold her big ass, and we can clearly see why. We can clearly see why that car is not going to be able to hold her. Just saying. Okay. Let's get back into this. Fair use.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
What am I gonna do about my money?
I'm going to cancel it. You're not going to be charged.
So you telling me I can't get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need
He was kind enough to cancel the damn ride. Shit.
to order a bigger car.
What make you think I can't fit in a car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I know he's just trying his hardest to be nice, but he knows why. She knows why. She should have ordered a larger truck. Shit. Don't they have XX share rides or whatever the fuck? I'm like, damn. And plus, now granted, he didn't have to say all that. He could have just, went to the house or wherever she was living at, saw her, and then just rolled away like, I can't put this woman in my car. I can't do that. I guess there's a time and place to be blunt like that. There's a time and place to just hold your tongue and use a little bit more tact. But okay, fair use.
So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car?
So they go on to argue for around another minute, and I think he even tells her that his extended reasoning is that she would have the car riding too low in the back and that his tires couldn't take it.
Absolutely. Give a whole new meaning to the term low rider. Except this car won't be doing no bouncing
To
around.
be more specific with you, I got very tired.
He said discount tire closed 2 hours ago, chick. Beat it.
So every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the
Every big person. Look at the size of his vehicle. It's not made to hold that. Damn.
Uber XL experience.
No, I don't never have to order Uber XL.
Now, I would say
Really?
it's safe to say that we've all been involved in a situation where we thought we could either set up or straight up sue a large company. Maybe you took a slip and there was no wet floor sign. Maybe they served you a rat head at KFC.
Ugh.
Whatever the hell it was, most people do not go beyond that initial thought to initiate litigation. But for this woman, I think that she was so outraged when it happened that she pulled out her phone to share it online.
Oh,
and
God,
when she
no.
did, a lawyer must have smelled that blood in the water. Like, I think at this point, legal firms might just stalk TikTok looking for situations just like this. He knew it would likely be an easy win against someone like Lyft, who provides service to the entire public because they need to maintain a good, inclusive image.
Also, from what I understand, you cannot sue Lyft. I was told that you cannot sue Lyft or Uber because these people own their own cars, so they're entitled to just simply saying no or rejecting rides. So I'm not sure she's even got a case against this man. And when they look at the situation, they see she's too big for his car. I mean, what can she say? If she gets in her car and damages his tires or whatever, then he's out of a job as far as driving for Lyft is concerned. So what was he supposed to do in that situation? What would you have done in a situation like that? Anybody listening, what would you have done in a situation like that? Just saying. All right, let's continue.
I mean, this thing is likely heading to Settlement City before a judge even sniffs the freshly printed papers. But before we get into the lawsuit, I need to tell you guys about today's video sponsor, Aura. So as we get deeper into the social media era, and our time and our lives are increasingly spent online, we really do need to protect ourselves and our information. Nowadays, many of us have been online for such a long time that our digital footprint data to reach us to the social security number, something that has destroyed the lives of many people, and let you know if your information
Okay,
has
hold
been
on.
compromised. Link down below and check out Aura today. So this girl Dank DeMoss met with these lawyers. They did an entire photo shoot, as a matter of fact. And I can't lie to y'all, these dudes look like lawyers you would have seen in the back of the Yellow Pages catalog back in the day. Regardless, they are moving forward with this lawsuit, and they even did a couple of spots on Fox and ABC News.
Have you been in cars that size before?
Yes, I have. I've been in cars smarter than that, you know.
Deja Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face.
And listen, it's hard for me to blame the guy for being skeptical. There are actually a ton of pictures of her both in and out of cars, and even driving a car where her stomach is affecting the movement of the steering wheel. I mean, all I'm saying is there's definitely an argument to be made here for the plus-sized vehicle. Imagine you pull up in the smart car and you see her coming.
Take me down, round after round.
My body.
Oh my God. This is wild stuff right here. I'm telling you. This is some wild shit right here. I'm like, wow, why? The price ain't right. The price ain't right. Just saying. Okay, let's continue. Fair use.
Body, like my body right now, is like my mind don't know that I'm this big. My mind does not know.
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
Oh, it's like my mind don't know that I'm this big.
Your mind don't know that your body is that big. Oh boy, I'm calling cap. Triple cap.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
C-A-P.
Her mind doesn't know her body is this big. How is that even possible? I don't get it. How is that even possible? Oh, Cynical one came back. Salute, Cynical. Thanks for stopping by. I be Woden. What's good with you, my guy? Glad you could stop by again. So what do y'all think so far? She said in her mind doesn't, in her mind, she's not big. Are you fucking serious? Her mind doesn't think she's big? Well, I think your body says otherwise. They say mind and body need to go together. But when your mind is saying one thing, your body's saying something different, that creates a total imbalance in my opinion. Just saying. Oh man, this is crazy. This shit is about to get wild. Okay. And put this in full screen so everybody can see it. Just wanted to make sure I can be heard. Okay. Fair use, fair use.
My mind does not know that I'm this big. So I be feeling like I can do everything. So when I walk in the gym, I feel like I'm fit.
I mean, the sheer fact that she is.
What? So when you walk into a gym, you feel like you're fit. I'm calling triple cap once again.
C-A-P. Cap. Cap. C-A-P. Cap.
That's cap.
You walk into a gym and you feel like you're fit. Really? What you're not doing? Well, obviously your body says otherwise. Why do a lot of our women let feelings override facts? How you walk into a gym and feel like you're fit? You mean that's like saying I walked into a university and felt smart, but I left out of it, but I didn't do any studying. If you're not doing the work, then what the hell are we talking about here? When I go to the gym, I feel fit, but I'm gonna leave that gym feeling like a goddamn beast. That's just how I roll. That's just how I roll. Boy, they said that fairy tale man said I be talking about. Exactly. I don't know about the fairy tale aspect. I can't see a woman looking like this in some damn fairy tale, but I get it. This is beyond just a fairy tale aspect. This is flat out delusional. Times 1,000, times 9,000. Shit. He said that lawsuit is shakedown. Oh man. But that's exactly what she said. All right, let's continue. Fair use.
Is most likely to get awarded millions of dollars for this, to me, is an absolute joke.
It really hurt my feelings. It looks like a Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco.
Why is it wrong? If she can't fit in the goddamn car, what the fuck you talking about?
And Zach Runyon say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
See,
no, the fuck it isn't. Stop the cap. Now, this may be a first for me. I'm calling quadruple cap.
Baby, probably in the fast car riding with the cap off, pull off with a bad off. Thinking the guy here capping, I'm not E-rappers, you gonna have to cap your ass off.
That's the paper. That's cap. Totally cap. That means lie.
C-A-P. Cap. Cap. C-A-P. Cap.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Oh my God. How the fuck can you say that? So me saying I don't want to give an obese 500-pound chick a ride in my car is no different than me saying I'm not going to give Wode or Angela C a ride in my car because they're black or Christian or Muslim. You can't make this shit up, people. You can't make this shit up.
God damn it. You can't make this shit up.
And by the way, salute to my A1 Day One, always here to slay one. Angela C, how you be? Your Discourse top tier MVP. How are you, my girl? Good that you can stop by. What it said, that man said shit is crazy. In my man, it's crazy. It really is. But this mofo right here just compared not giving a woman a ride in your car based on physical attributes or physical or physical stature to religious and race standards. Seriously? How you gonna compare the two like that? It would be racism for me to say I don't give black people a ride in my car. It would be discrimination against religion to say I don't give Muslims or Christians a ride in my car. But to say because they ain't got shit to do with whether or not they're going to affect the ride or affect my ability to get paid. They're just regular people. But to sit up here and say I'm not going to give a fat woman a ride in my car because it's going to affect my car, what the fuck kind of stupid bullshit is that? Seriously. Who says bullshit like that? Ugh, this is ridiculous. This is just so fucking crazy. Oh my God. But all right. Anyways, I digress. Hold on. We got somebody in the back. You know how we do it. Angela C., is that you?
Yes, it is.
Oh, salute to you.
Okay.
So first up, before I let you speak, let me give shout out goes to my A1 day one, always here to slay one. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Angela C. How you be? Discourse top tier MVP.
Yeah, I think it's funny how that lawyer sat up there and he knows that he's full of it, talking about it's like, not allowing a black person or somebody of a different religion in the car. It's like, come on, dude, stop. No, it's not. No, it is not. Not even close.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, come on. And you said you went through a situation like this on Sweet Melanie's show. Care to elaborate on that, please?
Oh, yes. So this was years ago. I think I was like 20 or 21. So this girl that I knew, knew her from childhood. And we just ran into each other because the apartments that I moved into, me and my sister was roommating. She also happened to live there. So we was catching up. But one day she asked me for a ride. And I was like, a ride? She said, yeah, it's just up the street. So where she wanted a ride to, it was up the street around the corner. I was like, okay. So I let her get in my car. I'll never do that again. My car just went low. And every time I hit a speed bump, it scraped the car. And I'm like, I'm not letting her in my car ever again. I'm like, I really hope she didn't damage my car. But she did try to get future rides after that. And I told her no. Straight up. No. And yes, she is a huge girl. Like she's big. And I was already kind of hesitant. And I was thinking, well, it is a car. It should be able to hold her. Like I wanted to ask her how much did she weigh before I let her in the car, but I didn't. I did not give her no more rides after that. None. So no, the guy is in his right to tell her no, sorry. Somebody that big can damage the car.
Yeah, my point exactly. And if my word ended up with your personal experience should speak volume to that. Now,
Yeah.
look at the bright side. At least she didn't sue you for discrimination like this mofo was trying to do. At least you didn't get sued because of that.
This girl's just trying to get money, because if you listen to what she told the news people, she said that when she saw his face expression, she knew why his face was like that. So that lets me know she's been through this before. Otherwise, how did she know that he was going to discriminate against her based on her weight? So she knows that her weight is a problem and her weight is messing up people's cars.
Oh, okay. I mean, she did mention how smaller cars had picked her up before, so.
Right. And she told the news people once she saw his face, she knew why his face was looking like that. There's a clip. So that lets me know that she has experienced this before. And
Well,
the man is,
I mean,
right.
it wouldn't surprise me because, like I said, from what I understand, when you're working Uber or Lyft or whatever, you're inclined to turn down the ride for whatever reason. I've had Uber reject me a few times because of my location, like they can't get to me, so they can do that. Now, and I will say this though, I don't think the man should have just went on a rant saying, "Hey, you're too big for my car." I think what I would have did was if I pulled up to the house, see her, I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm pulling off, cancel the ride, and just leave it at that. No questions asked. Maybe he should have did that, but Even then, it would have
Yeah.
cost. This is one of those damned if you do and damned if you don't situations. So
So listen, if she wants a ride, she needs to request a larger vehicle. They do have it to where you request a larger vehicle. Now they can hold her,
exactly.
but these small cars cannot. I'm sorry. No, absolutely not. Do not do it. Period. And it's funny because she was like, "Yeah, I'm going to my friends." I'm thinking, why didn't your friends take you? But then she is supposed to be a rapper. You don't have a car of your own and a driver. Like, I don't
And you know
understand
what?
that.
And you know what? When I heard about this story, I didn't think about it at the time. Sweet Melanie was talking about it, but we got off the panel. I thought about that myself because I didn't know she was a rapper at the time. When she said she's a rapper, so if you're a rapper, why can't you afford a ride that can hold you or whatever the fuck? Why can't you
Right.
afford that? Then again, she's probably one of them underground rappers, so maybe she don't make that much money. I don't know. Who knows?
Right. Get you a big old SUV or something. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, she needs to lose weight. I had saw a clip where she was she was performing on stage, and she literally fell and rolled back. Literally, she fell and rolled backwards. I'm
Damn.
like, oh my gosh, girl, lose the weight. Seriously, like,
I mean,
this is
here's a
not
clip
making
of
any
her.
sense
Hold
to
on.
me.
Well, here's a clip of her from this video. I think she rolled on the floor or something. Hold on, let me see if I can find it again.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was, but she was actually in her house at the time. Damn, let
Oh
me see if
wow, no. The clip I saw, she was on stage
here it is.
performing, and she fell and rolled back, literally like a ball.
Okay. Well, take a look at this.
You
Hold on.
pull up in
Here
the
you.
smart car and you see her coming.
Take me down, round and around.
My body.
Damn. That's what I saw.
Like, she doesn't have a
God.
that's
Go ahead.
telling her all of the risk being that big. Like, I don't get it. Like, where is your doctor at? Like, who is your doctor? Like, when they get that big, they're actually warned to lose weight.
Absolutely. And if
And
she's a rapper, I know she can afford it.
right. And how old is she? Because she looks young. I could tell she's young and she sounds young.
Yeah, I'm gonna speculate in her mid. I'm gonna say early to mid 20s. I don't think her age was
Right.
disclosed. So
It's like you are literally in your 20s and you're already this big.
wow.
That is
And
ridiculous.
I was told that the more weight people put on, the older they look. So you could be 20 some years old, but once you look like this, you look damn near 40 or 50.
I'm looking at her face. She has I could tell that she's young in the face, so she doesn't have an old look. She's just big. She's super huge. But seriously, like, she can't even keep her balance. Like, she's falling and rolling. It's like, get help. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. Like,
Mm,
I've been overweight. Well, one because of pregnancy, and then just another
that's
time I
that's
had you're right. I
that's a
had
little
allowed
different.
myself to slip up and gained a few pounds, but I had lost the weight. Like, I'm telling you this, it'll be a frozen day in hell before I even let myself get that big. A pig will be flying in the sky. There is just no way. I'm not even joking.
Oh, I
No
believe you.
way.
I
No
believe
way.
I
Absolutely
believe
not.
you. I believe you. Yeah, I believe you. I see you on Discord getting them workout. Well, I'll be on Discord in a minute, but I used to see you on Discord keeping track of your progress. So I believe you. And by the
Yeah.
way, Irby says she's 28, so she's in her late 20s.
Oh,
Okay.
she's 28. Still, she's still young.
Yeah, that is still young. I'm like, damn.
Because I do research. So she's 28. From my research, I found out, especially for women, well, for women and men, but our bodies don't even operate like it did when we're young. Because when you're young, your body's able to, keep you lean even if you eat a lot. But that stops around the age of between 30 and 35. So just imagine when she hits about 30, 35, and the body is in the process of slowing down, even though her body, I don't know, it's already slowed down. Now it's going to be like 10 times worse. So if she doesn't get this weight down before the age of 30, because there are certain minerals and vitamins that our bodies stop producing on its own, like certain minerals that our bodies just stop producing, and you have to eat the foods to keep it going. But if she doesn't get it together before 30, her health is really going to just, I mean, it's going to get worse. Like, it
Yep.
is not going to be any fun for her. I'm just shocked that she's that big at that age.
Yeah, I am too. I believe you. And for what I understand, well, I think you mentioned this yourself, but the older you get, the harder it is to lose that weight.
It is. And then plus she's a female, so I do research on women because I'm a woman. And if she doesn't get it down, when she hits the age where she's going through what is it called? Menopause.
Oh, don't get me.
Menopause, they say for most women it causes them to gain weight. So so I was reading, they say you want to lose that weight. If you are overweight or you're fat, you want to lose that weight before you hit those stages, because it actually gets worse. So if she doesn't lose that weight by the time she's 40, between 40 and 45, I can only imagine. So it gets worse as you get older. And she's 28, by the way. So that's not far.
Yeah, that's true. I'm looking at some on my phone, but yeah, that is true. I
Mhm.
mean, me personally, I was on a weight gain journey, so maybe it's a little different for me. I went from like
Oh, yeah.
161 pounds, like damn near last time I weighed myself for my physical examination. I'm currently 170 pounds, so I gained some weight, even though I don't look it. I mean, I look it because of my strong metabolism, but I managed to gain some weight too. But so I see how hard that can be the older you get. When I was 10 years younger, I was like in the 150, 160 range. I'm in 170 range.
Yeah, but I was very upset when I found out that the guy got fired. I don't think he should have got fired.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Like
so
I
he really
can
did get fired. Someone say they got
He
fired, but
did.
I didn't believe it off rip
He
because
did.
the
He
lawsuit
did.
itself sounds dumb.
Right. Right. And he
But
should have never got fired.
yeah, because from what I understand, you are in. Well, I never worked for Uber or Lyft, but I kind of know how they operate. It's your own personal car. You're inclined to reject a ride for whatever the reason without much explanation. Now, granted, now I'm not sure if they fired him because of what of him rejecting this ride, or maybe they fired him because of what he said to the woman and it got her feeling some kind of way. Who knows what the reason could have been? I'm going with the latter. He said some things that she didn't like, and now he lost his job. What they
Yeah.
say, the customer's always right. Yeah.
Yeah. This culture that we got in America where somebody's feelings is hurt, so now you get to ruin somebody else's life. That is so
Yeah.
annoying. It's just really annoying. It's like, ugh, these people are
Yeah.
sensitive about everything.
Absolutely. Well, especially, well, I know this doesn't apply to you, but especially our black women. You say one thing to upset them, and now they want to turn your world upside down. So that's what
That's
I'm looking
true.
at here.
Yep.
That's exactly
Yep.
what I'm looking at right here. You make a woman
Overly
upset, and she
sensitive.
want to ruin your whole life. But listen to what else
Over
she had to say.
Mhm.
Listen to
Mhm.
this.
Like my body right now, it's like my mind don't know that I'm this big.
How the fuck your man not know that your body is that big? If you're huffing and puffing, going up a flight of stairs, running, walking, talk, running, or even trying to speak properly, I think your mind is telling you that you're overweight. You're just not paying attention to it. As the godfather of accountability once said, rest in peace him. As the godfather of accountability once said,
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
you really can't.
Oh Lord, I can't believe she said that.
I can't either. Let's hear what else she has to say.
My mind does not know that I'm this big. So I be feeling like I can do everything. So when I walk in the gym, I feel like I'm fit.
I mean, the sheer fact that she is most likely to get awarded millions of dollars for.
This shit up. Stop the cap.
C-A-P. Cap.
Yep, I call double cap on that. How you walk into a gym feel like you're fit? I mean, me, I go into a gym feeling like I'm fit, but I'm gonna leave the gym feeling like a damn beast. Same thing with you. You walk into a gym because you're already fit, but you're gonna leave out there feeling like American Gladiator.
Did she say fit or thick?
I think she said fit. But I'll listen to it again.
That word is being abused.
For this.
I know she didn't say thick. She said fit.
So I be feeling like I can do everything. So when I walk in the gym, I feel like I'm fit.
See, she said fit.
Oh my gosh, she said fit.
Yep, she said fit. I know she didn't say thick. Now come on.
Oh my gosh, she said she's fit.
I know my ears are not what they used to be, getting old and
Well,
everything.
I'm
But
pretty
I heard her correct. I heard her
I'm
right.
pretty sure that she considers herself thick also, because that's what they call themselves, thick.
Nah.
They're over there, they abuse that word, and that's not what thick is.
That is not what thick is, honestly. It
She
really
said she
ain't.
walks into a gym. How often is she going to the gym, and what is her diet? Because she's still big.
What diet? That's the point. That's my question. What diet are we talking? You said, what diet is she using? My question is, what fucking diet? All right, let's continue. Fair use, but we already saw this part. You heard what this man said.
Weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
No, the fuck it ain't.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
That's cap.
Taylor knew that.
That's cap. I accuse you of capping.
Can you believe that? Like I said, me turning down a female because her physical body structure is going to damage my car is not the same thing as me turning you down or turning, I don't know, cynical one down because of y'all race and religion. It's not the same goddamn thing. So where they come up with this stuff? They're just
they just make it up as they go.
Is that well?
That's it.
Well, that too, but they're just what's where I'm looking for, pandering to her. That's what I'm looking for, pandering or caping for her. That's all it really is. So I don't this don't make any sense. Let's see what they say. All right, fair use.
See, even he himself knows that it's not the same thing. Slipping the phrase under the law right in there. Like, for instance, if someone were to tell me, hey, get your Mexican ass out of my car, for no reason, yes, I might have a case, but I just don't feel like they're on the same level of discrimination. Either way, if the dude really felt like it might have been a safety concern for him, or especially for her, I would think that he would have the jurisdiction to make that decision, especially since the vehicle is his property. Also, in this situation, he was about as nice as he could be in delivering the message. And come on, she was heading to a Lions watch party, so this man did save her from a night of disappointment. Jared Goff, we all knew he couldn't do it.
Now, Lyft, Uber, those rideshare companies, they can refuse passengers based on a perceived security threat. But according to Deja's attorneys, you cannot discriminate based on someone's weight.
Is it really weight discrimination? Or is it just, you know, a concern for her safety, his safety, and a concern for his vehicle, which he needs to do his goddamn job? Ugh.
Yeah, it's not discrimination. He needs to look out for his car, period.
Yeah, and based on what you went through with your female acquaintance, I think it's pretty safe to say this is not in the same. Well, this situation and your situation kind of coincide with each other. You put her in your car got damaged, so you know firsthand what that can do. So my word ain't enough, yours is.
Mm-hmm.
Because you actually did that. Which, by the way, hope you
Yeah,
learned your lesson.
I did, and I think she understood why I was going to give her a ride again. But we had remained cool. She just didn't ask me for no more rides because I'm like, no, mm-mm.
Well, at least your friend got the message. Clearly, this young lady here didn't get the message. She continued
Right.
fighting for it. She continued fighting for it. Let's see. All right, fair use.
What do I have to do with your tire? I was embarrassed, and I feel some type of way about it, you know.
It's just kind of hard for me to believe that she is embarrassed when she chose to blast this on social media and has been using it as basically promotion for her business, which is being a rapper. She actually sounds decent.
They stop and stare when they see a bitch. I'm fat as fuck, but I'm fine. I'm nice today, but I'm petty. Play with me and I'm ready.
But she has been trying to get on for over a decade.
Okay, she ain't Mia X or Missy Elliott, but she got some good flow. I'll give her that at least. Fair use.
So maybe she sees this as a way to also have her big break moment, which makes me think this is more about clout and money than feeling embarrassed.
Yo, I'm honestly just tired of these skinny bitches coming for us. You bitches be 130 fucking pounds. You small back ass bitches, leave us the fuck alone.
If anything, she's just
130 pounds. Well, I don't know about By the way, what's the average weight for the average female before it's overweight status? Just asking.
I don't know. Doesn't it depend on height?
Well, I don't know how tall this woman is, but let's say you got a female who's 5'3".
I'm gonna say 120. I 120, 130. I have no clue. I know for me, it says if I reach 165, don't go past 165, or I'm considered obese, which is weird because I've been 170 and I'm nowhere near obese. I'm still flat tummy, so I don't know that scale thing is weird. I don't know.
Well, looking at your pictures, you never would know. And how tall? You say you're 5'7" or whatever?
No, I'm 5'9".
Oh, damn. So you got
Yeah, I'm
2 inches
tall.
on me. Damn, you taller than me
Yeah.
practically. I'm 5'6.5".
Yeah.
You and
I'm
Miss Mona are
tall.
both. You and Miss Mona are practically the same height. Salute to my British sister. Y'all practically the same. She's like she's an inch shorter than you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I can
But
still pick y'all
I
up.
think I carry my weight well. I don't know.
Yeah, you really did. You really did. And I can still pick y'all asses up and toss y'all around. Just saying. That ain't gonna stop me. Remember, I go to the gym too. So hey, I would have went yesterday, but my chest was too sore. But I digress. All right, fair use.
begging for much more ridicule to be thrown her way because the internet is a ruthless place that will tear you apart.
From a legal standpoint, it seems like obvious discrimination. The Elliott-Larsen Act, which is Michigan's Civil Rights Act, specifically protects people from weight discrimination.
Didn't have to pay for it.
Okay, from a legal standpoint, it's not discrimination, but from a logical standpoint, no. This is way different than that. Her big ass cannot fit into that man's tiny car. So take the legality out of it. This is why sometimes you can't trust the legal system, because they go too by the book. They think everything should be equal when really equity sometimes may be the best way to go. Sometimes the law don't take equity into account when it's dealing with cases. They just go by legal ass, they do everything legally by what's legal. So yeah, this ain't no typical discrimination case. Just saying, fair use.
Extra for Uber XL.
Now, this is where things get a little bit tricky. There are certain airlines that make someone pay more for, or even comp them a free seat when they go over their size limits. Lines that make someone.
Okay, now someone that worked at the airport for 7 years, I can tell you this stuff here is true. We've had passengers who are plus size or whatever, having to, having to, pay for an extra seat or upgrade to what they call a roomer seat. We've had that happen. I work for both American and Southwest Airlines, so I know that kind of stuff, that's how that works. You got to pay a little extra for extra seats, just saying. And if you've flown before, you probably already know as well. What'd you think, Angie?
Yeah. I agree. I believe they do have to have like an extra seat.
Yep. And I know
I
that's
mean,
real
it's
because
a plane. You know what I mean? So they can only do but so much.
exactly. And like I said, as someone that's worked at the airport for 7 years, yes, this is true.
One pay more for, or even comp them a free seat when they go over their size limits. I will say in this case, I do think this is more of a rare situation because no offense to her, but there aren't that many people out here walking around that are this size.
No. Damn.
Here's what Lyft has to say.
Oh, there it is. There it is. That's the clip I was talking about.
What the fuck? She was just rapping and bopping, then she chipped, then she fell back. What the The price ain't right. The price ain't right.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
That's what you was talking about earlier.
Yes, that. She
Let me
literally
see
just
that.
fell back and rolled back.
Here's what Lyft.
Wow. Oh my God.
Had to say.
Lyft unequivocally condemns all forms of discrimination. We believe in a community where everyone is treated with equal respect and mutual kindness. Our community guidelines and terms of service explicitly prohibit harassment or discrimination.
Now, this has been
Well, he didn't do either of them things. What they talking about?
a heavy debated topic online as people share various pictures and videos citing them as reasoning for why she should not be suing Lyft. We start seeing music videos popping up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, at least that truck big enough to hold her.
Just imagine being this car driving by wondering what the hell is going on.
I like to get physical. I like to sit on people.
Sometimes you gotta take a risk.
Sit on people. I wonder how many legs and feet you've broken sitting on them people. God damn.
Okay, she's not sitting on no one. I truly believe if she did, she would actually suffocate them and kill them. She's not sitting on nobody. That's
really
not
is.
even legal.
That wouldn't happen. I'm like, what is she talking about? Fair use.
You know, I can't wait to rub this baby oil on you. I'm gonna get all in the creases.
She does seem.
You'd be better off. You'd be better put that baby on a fucking hippopotamus or an elephant at the local zoo.
To be serious about her money. I mean, her name on Instagram is Paid Fat Queen after all, and that's
emphasis on the word fat.
It's fat with the PH, by the way.
Either change that spelling and it'll fit perfectly.
YouTube guidelines. She says, I only got time to drink expensive water after speaking so much to fight for what's right. I'm too focused on what's important, less infatuated with who's bothered, too busy moving like the boss I am. I am a queen. Enjoy.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
This is crazy. Fair use.
Enjoy my internet. And she even made a song about this shit.
So dang, how do you feel about the allegations that has been brought to you over the past weekend?
Nigga, I feel like I don't give a fuck. Next.
Dang, dang, dang. How do it feel to be the spotlight of the city?
Had to mute it for copyright.
Being the spotlight of the city, it's really just taking financial advantage of a corporation and also playing the victim, which I'm not saying I'm always 100% against, but all this extra shit really just makes her look foolish. Like if she would have just posted the one video and then just kind of went about her way filing this lawsuit, I don't think that many people would have cared. But it's so obvious that this is about something more than getting actual justice. And honestly, it takes away from people in the future who are actually being discriminated against. So it's not some
really
noble thing. I actually find it very selfish. Now enjoy this AI someone made of her actually getting in the car.
And she's in.
So yeah, between...
Oh my God. Someone created some digital AI of her getting into a small car. Let you know how far people are taking this stuff. Oh man. All right, fair use.
Between her and this other rapper named Dave Blunts, who goes out there and has to perform sitting down, attached to an oxygen tank. I don't know what's going on out here in the rap game, but of course I do want to know y'all's thoughts down below. Do you think she will win the lawsuit? Do you agree with her in the situation? Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. I do want to...
Well, that's the video. What's your thoughts so far, Angie?
She barely was able to get into the car. So
even that AI show,
that should tell you everything that you need to know right there.
Yeah, that AI pretty much said it. Like you saw how she was struggling to get into that damn car. So I imagine that was a real vehicle. Oh my God.
Right.
But yeah, that's a crazy situation. But yeah. But my thing is, how did she end up? I mean, how did she end up winning the lawsuit and costing this man his job? I mean, you think they look into the matter and be like, well, this is a 500-pound woman. This car is just not made to carry that kind of weight. So maybe he has some reason to say no. The only thing he's guilty of is just throwing it in her face. Maybe that's the only thing. If he was in the wrong for that, then now, okay. You got to be a little bit more tact when dealing with, when dealing with these kind of situations. Me, I would have just pulled off and left her alone. Now, if he's in the wrong for that, that's one thing. But for her to sue him talking about discrimination, that's not a problem. Oh, I think I'm echoing.
No.
I think you got YouTube up. I think you got YouTube on your side. Hold on. Maybe that's my side. Hopefully it ain't. All right, let's try it now.
You said I was echoing?
I hear an echo on my end. I think you got the YouTube on your side.
You sound fine to me.
Okay. All right. I heard an echo earlier, so just wanted to make sure. And anybody back there lit? So Irby says settlement. Yep, that's all it was, a settlement. But you know how that go. Like any typical job out there, you make a woman unhappy, there goes your job. No matter regardless of what evidence they have to support the fact that he's not so much in the wrong, they're always going to cater to the woman. Because I've heard stories of women suing companies for whatever dumbass reason and actually winning and costing people their jobs, even though the man didn't do anything wrong. So it's almost like women's feelings kind of control society, which is something I don't like, because you can't rely too heavily on feelings, something that can change overnight and something that can mislead you, kind of like how this woman is. Her feelings, she said in her mind, I feel like I'm in shape. When I walk into the gym, I'm fit. That kind of mindset can mislead you. Just saying. Angie? Oops, hold on a second, guys. I have another video to show you guys. Angela, you still there?
Yes, I am. Sorry. I'll be right back.
Take your time. Just don't disappear on me. Just saying. Okay, Irby Fatal said settlement. Anybody want to come up and talk about this? Feel free to do so. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back to it. I have to check something on my phone. I still hear echoing on your My echoing on
Really?
your side.
Really?
I think you
I'm
still got
gonna leave and
YouTube.
come back.
So what? Oh, it's okay. I think she said she was gonna hop off and come back. All right. Before I get into my next topic, let me put this message out here real quick for everybody that's back there listening in. God damn, where is it? Ah, there it is.
Like, comment, and subscribe because it's just what the doctor prescribed.
Okay, shout out to Shiesty Bum for stopping by. You said, what is this? What you mean, what is this? This is my show. And we're talking about, well, we just got through talking about the overweight chick who sued Lyft, won the settlement, and got the man fired. Talking about some goddamn discrimination when she know damn well that ain't got shit to do with no discrimination. As an Uber or Lyft driver, you're inclined to reject rides for whatever the reason, without any explanation. But she didn't see it that way because despite her size. If you 500 plus pounds, why the fuck would I put you in my tiny ass car? Just saying. Why would I do that? Okay, since nobody's up here right now, I'm going to take a brief stream break and have my next topic all set up for everybody. Unless somebody else want to chime in. Exactly, beloved. Get a bigger car. He said, Shiesty Bun said, you can do that and not be rude about it. Well, that's what I was saying. That's kind of what I was saying, Shiesty. I don't think the man should have been like, no, I can't put you in my car. Yada, yada, yada. Maybe he shouldn't have done that. It's about being professional. Okay, now we're going to criticize this man for how he approached the situation. That's one thing. Like he shouldn't have said, oh, I can't put you in my car because of your size or whatever the fuck he said. If that was me, I'd have just drove off and been like, I can't put you, and just left it at that. Maybe that's what he should have did. Okay, then, he didn't handle the situation properly. But to simply say, oh, if you're going to criticize him for what he said, that's one thing. But to just fire this guy because of this is some goddamn discrimination type shit. That's where I have the fucking problem. This ain't got shit to do. I mean, you heard the lawyer talking about this is no different than refusing to give a person a ride due to their race or religion. How the fuck you gonna make the comparison? If you the size of a goddamn elephant and my car's not fit to hold you and my shit break down, that's gonna be on me because that's my fucking car that I gotta use to go to work in every day. Seriously. So why are they gonna say this is discrimination? You can't put that in the same light. That's where I have the problem. Maybe he should have worded his words a bit differently, but to say he's discriminating against her, the punishment does not fit the crime here, if you can call it a crime. Just saying. The punishment here does not fit the crime. Yeah, we got to be more professional, but the way the lawyers are handling this shit is not very professional. How ironic. They're not handling it. Okay, Sugar Bun, how is this discriminatory? How is it just because I don't want to give an obese woman that could possibly damage my car and cause it to have problems a ride? How is that discrimination? Just asking. How is that discrimination? Now, granted, there are some vehicles that can hold overweight people because sometimes we have to make them certain businesses do make those accommodations. As I mentioned earlier, I used to work at an airport and we do have accommodations for people who are obese or whatever. But how is it discrimination? Discriminating against her size. Oh my. So it's discrimination against her size. But when we have the solution of making the necessary adjustments to accommodate her in her size, you think that's going to make the problem even better? Well, okay. Shiesty Bun said, would he have given a skinny woman a ride? I don't know. Probably. On the bright side, Shiesty Bum, at least a skinny chick ain't gonna fuck up the goddamn car. And we all know slim women are not the same as obese women. It ain't got nothing to do with her as a person. This has nothing to do with her as a human being. It's about the condition. It's about the conditioning of his car at the end of the day. Think about that. You work for Uber. Shiesty, if you work for Uber or Lyft and you see an overweight man or overweight woman knowing that that body size could damage your car, would you give them a ride? Because if the answer is no, then you see what I'm talking about here. You see what I'm talking about here if you wouldn't do the same thing in that situation. That's what I'm talking about. So I can't say this is discrimination against size. If your size is going to break my car down, shit. I mean, if I got to take your size into account to fit the situation, then that's what I'm going to have to do. Okay, Angela C says she was going to come back up soon. Hope she does. I appreciated her input. I appreciate everybody's input up here. As long as you come up here being respectable and not trying to, derail my show. And by the way, on my channel, we do not attack people. Attack the talking points, but don't attack people. I don't mind a little friendly debate here and there, but be respectable about it. That's all I'm asking you, okay? We don't play that bullshit over here. So like I said, anybody want to come up and talk about this with me? The link is right there. Link is right there for anybody that want to come up and talk about this with me. Feel free to do so before I move on to the next topic, because this is a multi-topic show. All right, before I move on to the next topic, I think I'll take a brief stream break and I'll be back real shortly. Unless I got something to say in regards to this. Wait, hold on. Unless y'all got something else to say. Oh, welcome back, Angela.
Okay, am I still echoing or sound cool?
All right, it's all good now, my girl. It's all good, my girl.
Okay.
I think someone in the comments disagreed with us. This Shiesty Bum said it's discriminatory. How? I don't get it. He discriminated against her size. And he probably would have given a skinny woman a ride. Well, if it was up to me, I'd give a skinny chick a ride before I give a fat woman a ride. At least a skinny chick ain't gonna damage my car. Shit.
I'm assuming Shiesty Bum has never had a car, because if she did, she would know.
I'm gonna speculate she does have a car, but she just love come up here talking shit. She's one of them trolls. I've seen her around before. I mean, she don't come on my show trolling, but I've heard of her. Anyone who's owned a vehicle or currently owns a vehicle would know that, what happens to your car if there's too much weight put on it. Anyone would know that. Anything else you want to add to that before I move on to the very next one?
Nope.
Okay. B-Love said, shiesty attack. Don't mind her. All right. Don't mind her, B-Love. Don't mind her. I think B-Love knows of her too. She be on Ashton's show acting a damn fool. Now let me see. Okay. Well, let's move on to the next topic. My next topic is about the infamous, ever so growing, I'm speculating it's still growing. Does this look familiar to you? Yeah, the infamous Me Too movement. Shall we get in? So let's get into that. So let's get into that topic. If there's nothing else to say about the overweight chick. We cool back there, Angie?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Now, for those of y'all that probably don't know, the Me Too movement was a movement started way back in 2017 to give women a voice. To give women a voice about being harassed in the workplace, being essayed in the workplace, basically give them a chance to speak out and talk about their experiences. Now, granted, I have no problem with females talking about, they've been harassed in the workplace. They've had bosses and managers try to touch them inappropriately. I think, Angie, you went through something like that in one of your older jobs when you were younger. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm all for women speaking up against that, because you got some creepy mofos out here that take advantage of people. It does happen. So what's the problem that I had with the whole Me Too movement? Simple. It gave a window of opportunities for allegations to just come flying in. Oh, Ancient hopped off. She'll be back. It gave an opportunity for allegations to just come rushing in, coming out of the woodworks, and even though there's no proof as to what really happened. I think of it like this. Think of it as opening up a window to your home. Let's say you're at home, it's a nice day outside. You open up your window, let some fresh air in. You're opening up your window to let some fresh air in. Yes, that's all well and good, but guess what? That same window is also going to let a bunch of unwanted things to come into your house, whether it be bees, hornets, pollens, dust, anything that could mess with you, your family, and your home. You're also opening up a window to let all that stuff come in as well. So how does this coincide with the Me Too movement? Simple. A window of opportunity for multiple false allegations to come out of the woodworks. That's my problem with the Me Too movement. It just opened up the windows for women to just accuse men of just about anything and everything that makes them feel uncomfortable. A man says your hair looks nice. Sexual harassment. A man says you're beautiful. Sexual harassment. A man says, oh, a man catcalls. Wow, that's unacceptable behavior, but I wouldn't put it in the same root, in the same line as harassment. So that's what the problem. And it's fucking up our dating market because a lot of men who are supposed to be the natural born hunters when it comes to the dating market are just taking a back seat and being like, you know what, we're not going to approach women anymore. We're not going to ask women out on dates anymore. And this is not just about the workplace, because a lot of us can argue that when you're at work, keep it at a business thing. What they say, don't mix business with pleasure. Yeah. But hey, this ain't just about the workplace. I'm hearing stories of people at school being harassed. I'm hearing stories about, being falsely accused. So it's just gotten too out of control, in my humble opinion. Them same females you make friends with at the workplace can falsely accuse you of some shit, even though you didn't do anything wrong. I seen it happen. It almost happened to me one time, but thankfully I had receipts to back it up. And Shiesty Bum said, how can you be for it and against it at the same time? Because I see the good and the bad that comes with it. Again, I'm for one aspect, but against the other aspect. Speak out against harassment in the workplace or whatever happened, yes. But to make allegations against men with no evidence and this whole believe all women bullshit, that's where I got the fucking problem. That's where I have the problem. Believe all women is what killed it for me personally. So if a woman says something, I'm just supposed to believe her just because she's a fucking woman? Okay, where's evidence that this guy did that? Where's evidence that this guy did that? That's what needs to happen. And Shiesty said maybe men should stop being creeps. Be more specific. What may be a creep to you, Shiesty Bum, may not be a creep to Angela C, and vice versa. But yeah, Angie, what you think about this whole thing? You think Me Too has gone too damn far and killed the dating market?
It actually has. It's opened up the window for women who are not being harassed or being bothered to just make up lies. Or they will over exaggerate a certain situation about a guy she probably did want attention from, and he's not giving it to her, so she lied on him.
Exactly.
That's what's usually happening now.
She said, believe all men. Shiesty, but what the hell kind of world you living in? Nobody believes men as frequently. Now I understand there was a time where men would do shit like this and get away scot-free, because I read a story about a few years ago about a military vet who ended up deleting herself because she was harassed by higher NCOs and no one believed her, so she ended up taking herself out. That does happen. So that kind of stuff does need to stop. Men need to stop being creeps. I'm all for that. But you can't label every man out there a creep just because you feel some kind of way.
I don't believe in someone just because of their sex. So all this believe all men or believe all women, that whole thing is stupid. I believe in them investigating and getting down to, the truth, and then making a judgment from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm hearing too many stories of men who lose their jobs because of allegations that have no proof. And the funny thing is, a lot of these women who make these allegations against men in the workplace, oftentimes they instigate it. But like you said, they want the attention from the men.
Right.
They either want the attention from the men, and they either one, get the attention and then try to make an allegation, or two, they get none of the attention and they still want to file an allegation. That's where we have the problem, taking advantage of a system that's put in place to give women a voice. That's where we have the problem. What's the old saying? Give her an inch, she'll take a mile. Yep, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And Shiesty Bum, what the hell are you talking about? False allegations are rare. Y'all not fit for this conversation. Oh, clearly, Shiesty Bum, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Shiesty Bum don't even know what she's talking about.
Exactly.
Most of the time, do you know who has the most bad encounters with women at work? It's actually other women. So it may not be sexual harassment, but women are like the main enemy of other women at the job. So this whole nonsense that women are innocent and false accusations is where no, it's not, because you got women that lie on other women at the job to get them fired. This happens a lot. So if they're doing that to women, just imagine what women are doing to men. Like I said earlier, I mentioned she probably don't have a car, and she probably has never worked at a job because she clearly doesn't know what goes on in the real world. I've worked at jobs where it was mostly men. Men are not out here being stupid. I had one dude act up out of hundreds. That's one. Most men know better.
Exactly.
People need to stop talking about stuff that they don't know nothing about.
Exactly. Now she's saying pull up some stats. I don't have stats, but I do have a little picture to indicate the harassment thing. I'll pull it up in a little bit. She said pull up proof. Y'all just making stuff up with no proof. Correction, honey. It's the women at the workplace mostly making up shit with no proof. Who said we're making this up? No, we see it. Angela see it. Well, she's experienced it more or less with a one guy that acted a fool around her. But that was just one guy.
All she has to do is just talk to other women that have worked with other women at the job. You don't make stuff like that up. There's too many women that complain about other women.
Yeah.
And if she's lying and saying she has not heard women complain about other women, she's lying. Women complain about that all the time. Your number one enemy on the job is not even men. It's other women. Everybody knows this.
Yeah. And Shiesty Bum, talking about false allegations are rare. Shiesty Bum, I say
Get the fuck out of here!
Say what?
Get the fuck out of here!
Exactly. Enough said. Now, I said I was going to show some kind of proof of this. I'm not sure if this is good enough proof, but it is something I managed to find. Hold on. Let me bring it up. All right. Take a look at this. It says the hashtag. Let me take this comment down real quick. She said, y'all making stuff up and don't have the data or the proof. Well, take a look at this. It says meet. Well, can you see that, Angie, on your side?
Yes.
It said hashtag Me Too, a social movement to raise awareness of sexual assault. Tweet receives 64,000 replies. It said it all began with Melissa Milano tweeted that any woman who's experienced sexual harassment or assault should reply to her with Me Too. Okay, this up here says 11.2 of all students experience the R word or sexual assault through physical violence. Among graduate professional students, 8.5 females and males experience R or SA through physical force or violence. Among undergrads, 23.1% of females and 5.4% of males experience R or SA through physical force or violence. 21% are the LGBTQ community. It said 92 respondents of the fall sensitive campus climate survey. Okay. That's just showing how many people actually experience this. And I don't know, these numbers are pretty small in comparison. I don't know, those numbers are kind of small in comparison. But the thing about it is, a lot of these things go unreported. I'm not sure if that's good enough proof, but that's just basically just what the Me Too movement is about. And the percentages of people who experience this kind of stuff. But I think she won't prove that, hey, women make this stuff up. What you think, Angie?
I think that a good number, I think that there are some women that make it up.
Yeah, they do.
Definitely.
Yeah, there are
most companies that have men and women working there have cameras. That's the whole point. That's one of the reasons why they actually have cameras. So if she is going to make these accusations and something happened at work, more than likely it will be caught on camera, or there will be some eyewitness that saw you two go into a room alone. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm. And sometimes people can speculate when two people are just messing with each other. I know in my current job, I just speculate when a man and woman are kind of involved. I don't say much of anything, but I just speculated because of how they interact with one another. And here's a video talking about the M2 movement. Okay, let's hear what they have to say. Fair use, and salute to Candace Owens for this one.
Absolutely wild. Like, we're just going to look for something and try to find something. The fact that the girls that were listed in those complaints came out and made article and said this never happened. The fact that they're trying to hunt and sit these women down and say, you know, we just want you to factually say that something happened, and all these women are coming out and like, I don't know why I'm listed in this suit at all, because it's not true. And then the girl that they used to start the whole thing, people that don't know the story, I covered on my podcast, the fact that she has an entire history.
Yes.
I mean, how many times are you going to believe that this keeps happening to one woman? You know, it's just
Gabby.
It's crazy. You have the worst luck ever. This just keeps happening to you your whole life, right? Like, and that's why you just ask questions, like basic questions. If you're a girl and you say, I was date raped once, okay, like let's look at I was date raped twice. Oh wait, wouldn't you cover your drink a second time? 5 times, 10 times. It's like, okay, well, you know, I have questions.
Well,
I agree with Candace. Like, what's the coincidence if you constantly being gang raped? It's like, okay, what?
She probably wanted it. Just saying. That's the thing. She probably wanted it. Yeah, Shicey Bum through with us.
Something is not adding up. Something is not adding up. If it happened that many times.
And Shicey Bum keeps saying we keep talking about this without data or proof. Well, even if we don't have physical proof, you can talk to other people. They can tell you this kind of stuff does happen. Like you said, and you talk to other women that you work with, assuming she has a job, that is. Yeah. Because we all know how this stuff go down, and it's damn near killing our dating market, because now we can't even approach women in open spaces without the possibility of being sexually harassed. I mean, being accused of harassment. Hold on, I got a phone call. Be right back. Wrong number. I'm back. You were saying?
No, I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. I guess Shiesty done with us. But anyways, like I said, we can't even approach women in open spaces out of the fear. And the thing that gets me the most is how a lot of our women pick and choose when it suits them in the workplace. They say, because I think me and Raw B kind of talked about this on my previous stream. She was saying it's not appropriate to hug for men and women to hug each other in the workplace. Well, that may be true. There may be some truth to that. But again, I was telling her that's more but to each his own kind of thing. Now, granted, I don't hug every woman that I work with, but the ones I'm close to and comfortable with, I may give them a slight friendly hug or a slight friend. We all do that. But that's more to each his own. You can't say it's inappropriate behavior, but yet some people allow it and some people don't allow it. I just say don't let anybody and everybody give you a friendly hug. But she had like nobody should be doing it. But the thing is, they decide and pick and choose when it's appropriate and when it's not. It's only sexual harassment if she doesn't like you or find you attractive. But if she finds you attractive, then it's all good. That's the problem right there. They pick and choose when it suits them. I've been noticing that for a while. They pick and choose when it suits them based on where the man stands in the looks department. If you're some big buff guy or whatever with a nice suit on, you can give a woman a hug and it's not considered harassment. But let you be some short, balding, obese guy with pimples on his face trying to go in for a hug. Oh, now it's sexual harassment. So the rules change depending on who they're dealing with. That's a problem. Because now we don't know who to trust. Just saying. And by the way, Shiesty Bum, I don't have a small penis, so don't you fucking go there with me. Don't ever go there with me, okay? Don't ever go there with me. Never go there with me. I'm working with a lot down there, just so you know.
You don't gotta prove nothing to her. She's doing your typical black chick argument. Oh, he got a small peen. They always talking about somebody's peen being small. Go
Yep.
find you something to do.
Exactly. Thank you, my girl. That's why you're one of my top
Go
tier
outside,
supporters.
buy a car, and go find a job. That's what she can do.
Because I hate when they throw that argument out there. You don't agree with what them, you don't want to be with them. They want to say, "Oh, you got a small peepee." Get the fuck out of here with that.
And that's if she has money to even buy a car.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Mr. He Said. Thanks for stopping by, and shout out to his lovely Mrs. She Said. Shout out to you, Mr. and Mrs. He Said. Always getting ahead. Listen to y'all, we won't be misled. Well, Mrs. He Said, now that you're here, I don't know if you and your husband are here, but if y'all want to come up and talk about this with me and Angie, feel free to do so. The link is right there. Okay, I got a video to show you. Hold on, let me share it on my side real quick. All right, there it is. This one
What
said,
do you think the fallout of Me Too?
Hold on. The dark truth of hashtag Me Too comes out with Louis Perry. God damn. All right, let's take a look at this and see what it has to say. All right, ladies and gentlemen, fair use
has been now approaching 10 years hence.
I often hear from men that they are now more reluctant to go up to a woman in a bar or whatever. That there's this problem of fear of being falsely accused of something. And so I think, I mean, I believe them, you know, if some men are experiencing that. I'm sure, though, what's gone on is that the men who were already sexually aggressive and likely to actually be, you know, Me Too perpetrators haven't changed their behavior at all. And the men who started being really careful were probably fine to begin with.
If you were a raper, the recent social media campaign probably, well, they've got a hashtag on Twitter. I'd better stop going around raping.
Yeah, I mean, there's a...
Well, it might deter those men because, you know, like I said, there are some creeps out here who take advantage of the system. I mean, the Me Too will deter men like that. But hell, the movement also pushed away any and every man because, you know, when it comes to us men, we're basically guilty until proven innocent. As a man, you're already a possible sex fiend and R word is or whatever. As a man, it's easy for you to get sexually harassed. It's easy for you to go up to a woman and just do what you want to do with her because you're bigger and stronger with her. And saying anything against that makes you misogynistic. You don't like women, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. That's the way that goes. We're automatically guilty just because of our gender. Mr. He said, shit, my apologies, husband, getting ready for his show. I'm about to run errands, have a good stream and listening in. Okay. Oh, going back to the Uber Lyft thing. Uber Lyft have the right to deny anyone. Yep. Just saying. But yeah, this movement can deter men who are possible perpetrators, but the movement also says that any and every man is a perpetrator. Not can be, but any and every man is a perpetrator. So now we got to move a bit differently thanks to this stuff. Just saying. What you think, Angie?
Sorry, I missed that.
All right. It's all right. Yeah, I get it. You're a busy person. Mr. He says busy too, but hey, it's all right. Fair use.
I wrote about in my first book, and it applies to this as to loads of things, the problem of normal distribution, where you have some trait which is arranged on a bell curve. And the problem is that if you apply some intervention, so whatever that is, like a social movement like Me Too or some policy change or whatever, probably what you want to do is you want to actually target one of the tails. You want to, you're like, oh, so we've got we've got a bell curve of sexual aggression, and there's this like most aggressive end who are causing no end of harm. What we want to do is make them stop. But it's that you can't just apply an intervention to that point on the normal distribution. Like, it's going to shift in one way or another, and everyone is going to be affected.
You're smearing the entire group with the same solution.
So what you end up with is moving the threshold for being like reluctant to go up to a woman in a bar or whatever slightly, just to mean that like some of the nice guys are not doing it. But that doesn't actually improve. It doesn't affect the rapists. and it doesn't improve women's experience of it.
David Buss's book, Bad Men, talks about it's one man doing 1,000 sexual assaults, not 1,000 men doing one sexual assault.
Yeah.
You know, it's repeat offenders over and over and over and over again. And unfortunately as well, repeat victims. There is something about the way that, again, this isn't victim blaming, but it is like something about the way that women hold themselves, where they showed this to, I think, maybe criminals in prison or assaulters or men that had assaulted people, and showed them a number of women walking. And they asked them to pick which one they would attack if they were going to, and they converged on the same women. So, you know, for all that we can say, you know, it's not about wearing the skirt, it shouldn't be about being in the dark alley at the wrong time, all the rest of it, like, correct. But there is something about particular women that causes predators to see them as viable prey.
Okay, I kind of get what he's saying. Now, granted, you should be walking down no dark alley at night by yourself. I'm just saying. But the thing is, as a woman, you need to do what you need to do to keep this kind of shit from actually happening. Don't walk down at night by yourself. Don't put yourself in situations where predators can attack you. And don't wear no provocative clothing that's going to entice men with bad intentions. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to say no matter what the hell you put on, for men, it's more about vulnerability, not so much how you're presenting yourself, but you are more vulnerable if you're wearing some overly provocative clothing or stuff like that. Or you're just the kind of female who just wants too much male attention. Whether it be at work, it could be out of work. You are more vulnerable to this kind of stuff when you just that female that just wants attention from every man out there. So that can leave you more vulnerable. So I say it should go on both the women and the men to be responsible. Men don't be out here doing this bullshit, and women don't put yourselves in positions where you got these dirty men that will do that. And don't put yourself around them kind of people. Just saying. What you think, Angie? The responsibility goes on both parties.
Yeah, I believe, especially if you're a woman, don't put yourselves in, like, you know, the most obvious dangers, like going in alleys at night. I'm just not going to do that. It's dark, you know, there's weirdos. That's like obvious.
It is. It really is.
Yes, dressing provocative does get you the wrong attention. I don't know, with the whole dressing provocative thing, I don't know. It does get you the wrong attention, but then there has been women who've been attacked who have not been dressing provocative. So I think if there is a male, I won't call him a man, that is on that type of time, I don't know if I don't think it will matter how she's dressed. I wouldn't dress the way some of these females dress, but I don't know if we could say because they dress that way, that's why such and such happened, when it's got, you know, it happens to women who aren't dressing sexy. I just think if a guy's a rapist, then he's a rapist. You know what I mean? Like, if he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it regardless. So
yeah, and that's the truth. And I saw this article some years ago, and it was talking about, it was a video. It was talking about, well, instead of telling women to just be careful when they go out to bars, go out to clubs, or go out to workplaces, or just out in public, how about we just tell men, don't harass women? Tell men, don't harass women. Don't put their hands on women. Don't be trying to do anything sexual. So put all the safety implications on our men and none of the safety implications on women, which makes absolutely no sense, because we're basically sending a message saying, ladies, be as irresponsible, reckless, and loose with your sexuality as you see fit. It's up to us as men to not take advantage of you. That makes absolutely no sense to say, because while people like myself, Mr. Harris, I.B. Wody may not take advantage of a beautiful woman, I can't say the same thing for every other man out there. You got some weirdos out there that are going to do that. So the safety should go on both the man and the woman. Yes, as a man, I'm not going to take advantage of you because you're drunk. But at the same time, Angie, watch your goddamn liquor so you don't get drunk around, you know, said men. It ain't just about my safety, it's your safety as well. If you go out there, get drunk, act a fool, and then you, I don't know, cause yourself some damage because of your liquor, lack of liquor control. That could be a
Now
problem.
that I agree with. I've always been against women going to a club or going to a party, especially parties, and then she gets wasted to where she's passed out. So like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like that to me is putting yourself in danger. Like there may be that one guy who does not care at all and he's going to take advantage. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is probably high and drunk. They're not even paying attention. He takes you to the room and then he rapes you and then you know what I mean? That
Yeah,
to me is
exactly.
putting yourself in danger. To me, that's common sense. But you got females trying to argue, I should be able to get drunk. Shut up. You can't get drunk. Now what? No, you can't do that. Everybody knows why you can't do that. I'm tired of them talking about what they can and cannot do. You can't do that. So stop arguing. Every woman knows this, not to get wasted like that, especially those who went to a party by herself or I don't know, her friends left. Like everyone was weird. Like I was watching this show and they were showing this girl. She was in a nightclub. She got wasted and she passed out and she was like on this love sofa thing. And there was men and women in the club and no people just walking past her, men and women. Like nobody paid her no attention except for this one dude. He picks her up, he wraps her arm around his neck, and he walked out of the club and told the people, "Oh, my girlfriend got drunk. She's drunk. We're going home." And they let him leave, and she was great. So they had caught all this on camera because this club has some clear cameras. The club wasn't even that lit up, and this was all recorded. And I'm the whole time thinking, "Where's her friends?" There was nobody with her. She was by herself. And I'm like, why would you do this? Like, why would she get passed out drunk and you don't have no friends that could, take you home or put you out in the car or just sit with you? She was by herself. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but she put herself in that situation. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Now is old boy in the wrong. Now is that guy in the wrong for doing what he did? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
He needs a good ass whooping and time in jail. But at the same time, like I said, it's your job as a woman to be responsible when drinking. Don't put yourself in these bad situations. Everybody doesn't have a moral compass. I got one, but I can't say everybody out there is like that. Sugar bum, shiesty bum, whatever the fuck you call it. You are so full of shit. She said, sound like you're gassing women, period. Sound like a mammy. Bum, get
Why?
the
Because
fuck out
you
of
want to
here.
be able to get drunk in public and then play a victim? Anyways, but it's like, why would you do that? I'm thinking she put herself in that situation. It's like, ladies, you're supposed to be smart. They're not smart. They're still on this whole thing where they want to be against men. I want to be able to do what I want to do. It's like, stop. This is not helping you. Just let it go. You can't. At the end of the day, we're still women. We're physically weaker. That is reality. But I also paid attention to something. All the men who saw she was drunk and just walked past her and paid her no attention, because what I didn't mention was how long she was knocked out. She was knocked out about 45 minutes before he came along. So it messes up the whole narrative that all men are creeps. If that was the case, she would have been snatched up a long time ago. Like it should have never took 45 minutes for a guy to snatch her. All those men walked past her. Everybody paid her no attention. You know what I mean? But there's always going to be that one creep, that one dude. And he got her and he took her home. And when he picked her up, you know how the club is. People are probably drunk. Nobody's paying them no attention. They probably think you know what I'm saying? Like nobody was paying that any attention. But my whole thing was, if men are such creeps, then why didn't the other men who saw her pick her up and just take her home or take her to the bathroom?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Sugar bum talking about gaslighting. Sugar bum,
Get the fuck out of here!
Didn't we tell her to leave and go get a job and go buy a car and touch
that's
grass?
up to her. If she keep talking all this bullshit, I meant to put her in timeout for a while. I never done this before, but hey,
I could have sworn we told her to touch grass because she clearly doesn't live in reality. But
she ain't got nothing else to do but come on
still.
people's panels troll, and she be on Ashton panel troll, and she be on Ron's bird panel trolling. She be on Killer Swag and Sweet Melody acting a damn fool. So she ain't got shit else to do with herself but act a fool on these panels. I don't
Did
mind.
Melody block her because she was being a hater? I think Melody said she
maybe
blocked her.
used to. Okay, let me rephrase that. Used to be on her show.
Yeah.
Don't believe B Love knows of her. Yeah. Me Too is about assault in the workplace all over the place. But that's the thing, Shiesty Bum. The Me Too movement has expanded beyond the workplace. Now it's in the clubs and the bars. It's everywhere now.
Right. See, once again, she's not paying attention. If she was, she would know that the women have went outside of the workplace. So Me Too could be anywhere and anywhere. Or anything. Like,
that's
it's
the
just
thing.
Out of control now.
Yeah, it's expanded beyond the workplace. It ain't just the workplace, schools, churches, maybe the churches, even the clubs and the bars are now victim to this stuff. So come on. And don't act like you don't know who Melanie is. Come on, girl, stop the cap.
Right. She does.
Stop the cap, Shiesty Bum. Stop the cap.
She was already called out for being a hater.
Yep, she was. Damn, this thing don't want to act right. Hold on a second. Yeah, don't listen to Shiesty Bum. She just down there capping. She know who Melanie is. Stop the cap, Bum.
C-A-P. Cap. Cap. C-A-P. Cap.
She knows who Melanie is, so don't mind her. But let's get back into this. All right, fair use.
Does that excuse it? No. Does that, is that them choosing it? Also, no. But like, this is just the way that the world appears to be.
Yeah.
It's ruthless.
Yeah. And it drives me mad that we tell lies to girls all the time about this because we're so desperate not to appear to be victim blaming that we'll say, oh no, you can behave like a man. You can do whatever you want. Go back to some random guy's house. It'll be fine. And then when it inevitably isn't fine, we're like, oh, well, he shouldn't have been such aggressive. I was like, yes, obviously, but we don't, I would love to just like delete every rapist from the world all at once. I can't do that. Like, if the advice that I'm going to be giving my daughters is going to be, unfortunately, different from the advice I'll give my sons.
What would be the advice that you'd give them?
It's like, for instance, don't go back to a random man's house that you've just met.
Exactly.
Like, basic, okay? Like, consider it to be completely commonsensical up until even like the 1980s. This is like recent stuff, but basically unsayable now in feminist circles, at least. Except everyone quietly says it.
Well, again, it's the stated and revealed preferences thing. Like, how many parents that will proselytize about this on CNN and say that, we shouldn't be telling women, oh, so you're saying that we should just accept the fact that men are going to do this. It shouldn't be that women should change their actions. Men should change their behavior. Okay. What did you tell your 17-year-old daughter to do last weekend? Did you say, make sure that you text me when you get home, make sure that you're home before 11, etc.?
Don't get an unlicensed taxi, whatever. Yeah.
Stated.
Exactly. They're basically saying the safety should be on the women to not put themselves in these positions. Because you're gonna have some creepy dudes out there doing the wrong shit, but take the steps to make sure that those men don't come into your life. Let me tell you this thing. It was a gentleman in one of my older jobs or whatever. He told me it was a Caucasian man. This older gentleman told me that before his daughter went off to college or whatever, he spent the last couple of years training her in kickboxing and then maybe a little bit of MMA. So why did he do that? Simple. Because when his daughter go off to college, staying on campus, he's not foolish enough to trust that these boys are not going to try to take advantage of her. So he's going to prepare his daughter so she can kick some ass and take names any event that the shit does happen. So he prepared his daughter for that kind of stuff. So he prepared his daughter to be able to, get out of bad situations, only fight when necessary, yada, yada, yada. And thankfully, he didn't teach her to make no dumbass false allegation. He taught her to just basically be prepared, hope for the best, get ready for the worst. So he knew not to trust that men are just going to know their place and not do anything wrong. So he prepared her for that. So salute to him for doing that. That's the way it needs to be. Tell these girls when they're young, don't put yourselves in these positions. Like she said, don't go to some random dude's house expecting, something good to happen. Now, if it's a friend or something, that's okay. But just a random Joe, nah. Don't put yourself in these positions. But we have this narrative that as men, we're supposed to have the discipline and the common sense not to do this, but women can be as reckless as they see fit and do whatever they want to do. No, that's not going to help anything. That is not going to help anything. I'm just saying. What do you think, Angie?
I agree with that. What the dad did, putting his daughter in kickboxing. Can you hear me?
And who? Shiesty Bum. Who says Angela's miserable? Shiesty Bum, get the hell up out of here with that bullshit.
So married women can't be on the internet? Damn, I didn't know that. We might have to get all the married people off the internet.
Mrs.
YouTube.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Angie. Mrs. Heastead, I hope you see this comment because she said married women online are miserable. But that applies to not only Angie but you as well.
Now she's mad because I said she does call herself a bum. So.
Mr. Heath,
right.
Mrs. Heath
She's a bum with no job and doesn't touch grass. So her name fits her.
Exactly. Throwing subs out there. And Bum, you're gonna give it
a but unlike the rest of you females, I don't stay on panels every day, all day. I don't live on YouTube. So hush. And I'm married and I have a good life. And you don't, because you're a bum with no car and no job and no life experience.
Shiesty Bum, give it a rap.
Right, where's your husband at?
Oh my God!
She asked me where my husband is at 2 o'clock Eastern time.
Stop it. Stop it. Get some help.
Where would
Stop it. Get some help.
My bad. Go ahead.
She's just asking silly questions. Where's your husband at, girl? Where should a man be at this time of the day? He will be at work. Do you have a man? Once again, has she had a husband, she would know where a man would be at this time of the day.
Absolutely.
Asking them as questions. Like we just keep asking them questions.
Exactly. Miss Sheet said, all thanks you want is attention. Yep. You want to panel with another man where your husband got? Okay, Shiesty Bum. This is one of my top tier supporters. What the fuck I gotta do with this shit? Come on now.
You know what I hate about Black YouTube? I hate the side of Black YouTube that's not married, and they act like you just don't do anything in life but just be in the kitchen and just it's like we do other things. If I want to hop on a panel, I can do that. I even tell my husband, I was on such and such panel today and we was talking about this and this happened. Like my husband don't give it. This is YouTube. This is public. You can hear us, what we're talking about. This is not some private chat online, Goofy. We are not on a dating website. So if I want to hop on a panel and discuss the current conditions of the world, I can do that.
Yeah.
The
Shiesty Bum, I got another message for
These
you.
people are weird.
Don't do that. Stop it. Get some help.
Listen, you're on a panel with the man. Who gives a fuck? Now I can see if I was in your DMs, you know what I mean? And, okay, now we're talking, but this is a public platform. You can hear what we're talking about. People are just so weird. Like they be really trying to search for stuff. Sorry, sweetie. My husband don't care that I hop on panels once in a blue moon.
You're not gonna come on my show. I'm sorry to cut you off, Angie, but Shiesty Bum, you're not gonna come on my goddamn show and disrespect and discourage my homegirl right here. So give it a rest on putting your happy ass in tab out.
They just be looking for stuff. They really be looking for stuff. It's like, who cares?
Sweetheart, I used to work on Saturdays. So what the fuck you talking about? Damn.
It's the weekend.
And like she said, this is a public platform. Her husband gonna see this at some point and be like, well, you have a good discussion. Can I join next time?
My husband don't care for joining panels, but I will if it just depends on the topic. But I rarely ever jump on panels anyways. Like I'm not
Yeah.
known for being on panels. But if
She's
people
not.
really be doing the most, like who cares?
Yeah, don't match Shiesty Bum. We all know who out. That's why Melanie knocked your happy ass, Shiesty Bum. Okay.
Once again, people with no life experience.
Okay, Shiesty Bum, I'm gonna put you in timeout.
She
There, I put her in
mad.
timeout.
She's mad because I said she's a bum, but she calls herself a bum, so she can't be mad. I'm just saying.
And like Mrs. She said, she just want attention. Salute to you, my sister, for calling that out. I hear echo again. Turn off the YouTube side. All right. Don't mash Shiesty Bum.
I'm very familiar with Shiesty Bum, or what is her other name? I forgot her other name.
I believe it was Sugar Bum.
Yeah, and then she has a picture of all them ugly females with the different color wigs, just looking like gutter rats. Ugh. No, not it.
Yep, she's a troll. I mean, I would have let her come up here and join the discussion, but hey, you got to be polite on my show. Don't be attack the talking points, not us, okay? That's all I'm saying. And fix that echoing while you're at it. Let's continue. Fair use.
I'm just gonna leave and come back. Hold on.
All right. We'll continue. Fair use.
And reveal preferences.
Yeah. And what drives me bananas is that there are some girls who don't actually have parents or friends or whoever who are privately telling them the truth. You know, all they hear is the public misdirection.
Oh, this is like the luxury beliefs of Me Too in a way.
Yeah. And so I feel as if actually we have a duty, people who are speaking publicly, to tell those girls the truth on the assumption that they're not going to hear it from anyone else.
It's the cultural surrogate mothers in a way.
Yeah.
You've got this line between consensual and good, which I think relates to Me Too as well. What's that?
I think that a lot of there's a lot of things that came under the Me Too banner. Some of it was just unambiguously criminal, and Harvey Weinstein or whatever got sent to prison for criminal acts. A lot of what came up, though, a lot of the stories that got shared were things that weren't actually strictly criminal. It was just like bad behavior. In another era, you probably would have been called ungentlemanly or something like that.
And that's another thing about the Me Too. Yeah. If this was 25, 30 years ago, certain behaviors towards women would have been passed off as just you acting like a fool, you acting like a buffoon, whatever the case may be. For example, catcalling. I think catcalling is just dumb, boorish, foolish behavior. But is that on the grounds of SA or harassment? I don't think so. I honestly don't think it is. And Mrs. She said, if you're not too busy, you and or your husband can come up there before your show starts, because I want to hear your take on this. And shout out to you, She Said, for calling out Shiesty Bum. Yeah. Talking about married women are miserable online. I took her comment down, but she said married women are miserable online. So not only is she insulting Angela C, but she's insulting you as well, Miss She Said. And the funny thing is, you and your husband do shows together, so I don't know what the fuck she talking about. So don't mind her little monkey ass. Come back soon, Angela C. I love having you up here. And if your husband want to join, he's welcome to it. Yeah. But anyways, back to this topic. Yeah. There was a time where if we did certain things around women, it would just be called out as being unprofessional, uncalled for. Don't do that. But I think what Me Too has done is taken said things and turned them into automatic harassment, which is on the grounds of possibly serving time in jail or losing your job. Again, catcalling is unacceptable behavior. Let's get that through. Men don't catcall women. I don't do that shit. I may look and be like, wow, she look good. But I don't do all that catcalling shit. That's unacceptable. But to say that's on the grounds of harassment in the same way as but to put that in the same league as some rando weirdo hiding in the bushes and pulling you in, trying to do away with you, that's bullshit. You can't put that in the same league. So in other words, the punishment must fit the crime. And Me Too has blurred that line so much that we don't know what punishment fits the crime anymore. That's just something I'm noticing. Now, in other words, anything and everything you say can be looked at as harassment based on how the woman feels. You can't rely on feelings to dictate whether someone's right or wrong. You may feel some kind of way about it, but there must be some logic that comes behind it. Just saying. All right, fair use.
But that vocabulary isn't available to a sort of contemporary feminist who's really bought into the to the sex positive message. And so they'll tend to just talk about things being consensual or not consensual. And actually the consensual, not consensual bar is like a low one. It's a legal bar. It's not actually a moral bar, really. Like there are a lot of things that a man can do on a first date or whatever that are legal but are bad. Plenty. But we don't really have the vocabulary to describe them, which is why I try and make, like the feminist case for chivalry. We shouldn't have got rid of that as a concept. Like when you have this as stark a physical difference and psychological differences between the sexes, 99% of men can kill 99% of women with their bare hands and not vice versa. We have to operate with that recognition.
Yeah, you're right, but they can use deadly weapons. I mean, we're physically stronger than women, so it makes sense that way, I guess. Fair use.
Chivalry in those circumstances is obviously in women's interests, even if occasionally it will mean feeling slightly patronized. Like, who cares? I'm so happy to have the door held open for me and my bags carried. It's completely fine.
If it means that someone's not going to assault me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I don't know about y'all, but me personally, I never got any flack for holding a door open for a woman, but I'm hearing nowadays women tend to get upset when men do that. They tend to get upset. Welcome back, Sugar Bum. Are you going to behave yourself now? Please behave yourself on my show. Otherwise, I will put you in timeout again. For you to talk about online women, married women online are miserable, get the fuck out of here. Need I remind you, not that it's any of your goddamn business. Not that it's any of your business, but Mrs. She Said up here is also a married woman, and they do shows together. So what the fuck you talking about, little lady? My God. I get tanned out because she can call me names. Well, Sugar Bum, you called her a name first, so she just bit back with something. I put you in timeout because you were being rude. And don't think I won't do it again. Did it once, I'll do it again. So please, I'm not even asking you. I'm telling you, Sugar Bum, behave on my show or else. Thank you very, very much. She the one that said I didn't have a car. Well, all that shit you was talking about her. My question is, do you even have a car? You support the obese chick suing Lyft. Not so. Do you even have a car to understand that your car cannot take certain weight? Just asking. But let's continue. Chime in on this. Why don't you? Fair use.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I quote you and Mary about this all the time, that it is a straight line from you should hold the door open for a woman.
I do it all the time.
You shouldn't beat your wife. It is one just continuous. Women are worthy of protection, and there is an asymmetry between what men and women can do.
Yeah.
And again, Rob Henderson's coming a couple of days later than you. It's like luxury beliefs all over again.
Yeah.
Like the women who come from societies where their husbands already knew that beating your wife would be a bad idea, or they had the support networks where that wouldn't be accepted, were trying to deconstruct a support structure that was needed for the underclass women whose husbands had grown up without a father and whose stepdad had beaten them, who just presumed that the way that you were supposed to be in a relationship was to hit your wife.
Yeah. I mean,
and that is sad. You got people that come from those kind of backgrounds too. You got people that come from them backgrounds, so they think this is all normal. Even when they grow to accept it as normal, as not normal, they don't know how to respond in the end.
Support networks where that wouldn't be accepted were trying to deconstruct a support structure that was needed for the underclass women whose husbands had grown up without a father and whose stepdad had beaten them, who just presumed that the way that you were supposed to be in a relationship was to hit your wife.
Yeah. I mean,
it is unfortunate.
Like Chesterton's fence, like the wisdom of it. You know, this idea from G.K. Chesterton, you come across a fence in a field, you don't know what it's there for. The progressive, the reformer, whatever vocabulary he uses, says, we don't need this fence, let's tear it down. Whereas the conservative says, no, let's find out what it's for. and then maybe we might tear it down if it turns out that it really isn't necessary. I mean, just the whole last 100 years has been like
Fences being
non-stop
blown over.
vindication of Chesterton's fence principle. Yeah.
They
And I
blown.
conservative, the reformer, whatever vocabulary he uses, says we don't need this fence, let's tear it down. Whereas the conservative says, no, let's find out what it's for. And then maybe we might tear it down if it turns out that it really isn't necessary. I mean, just the whole last 100 years has been like
Fences being
non-stop
blown over.
vindication of Chesterton's fence principle. Yeah. And I honestly think that most of it actually is to do with technology. Like, much as I love to complain about my political enemies, like actually the main thing that's changed for people has not been.
Yeah, and that kind of ties in with the whole Me Too thing. Instead of finding out what the, like she said with that fence analogy, instead of just tearing the fence down because you feel like you feel like it's unnecessary, let's just find out why the fence is really here. So in the case of this Me Too stuff, instead of just finding out, instead of just automatically believing the woman and believing she's always right, let's find out, is she really right? Let's find out what this man did really was inappropriate and what's the suitable punishment for it. Lock him up, fire him, and lock him up in jail, or we should just tell him, don't do that shit again. Again, the punishment must fit the crime. And the best way to make the see to that fits the crime is to find out what really happened and, you know, come to an understanding that what needs to be done. That's why I say there needs to be a balance of those kinds of things. But let's continue. Fair use.
Been the intellectuals of the 1960s. It's been the dissolution of the family has as much to do with the pill as it does with anything any feminist has ever said. You know, like the real. I'm very sort of materialist in this sense. I think the real engine of history is technology. Or as Mary Harrington, our friend, likes to say, it's material reality plus memes.
In other news, this episode is brought to you by Cozy Earth. We sleep 1/3 of our lives. Do not spend 33% of your game changer and embedding and regulating the quality of the last. But don't just take it in a row now. Going to cozyearth.com/modernwisdom
with Louise, then press.
Oh, that was a video. Okay. Okay, that was the last of it. So, fellas, what y'all think so far? Do y'all think that this Me Too shit has gone too far to where it's just destroying our dating market? Have we really gotten to the point where we can't even talk to women in open spaces because we're so worried about, you know, what somebody else is gonna, you know, being falsely accused of something? Have we really gone down that route now? Because don't get me wrong, I'm all for telling men, don't be putting their hands on women. Don't be out here trying to be sexual with a woman that's not interested. If she says no, back the fuck away from her. I'm all for that. But what I'm not going to support is how Black women, well, specifically in this case, Black women put themselves in these bad situations because they think that this is an excuse for them to be as reckless as they want to be. And it's up to the men to just simply have the common sense and the discipline not to do anything. Because like Angela just said in her story, when homegirl got all sloppy drunk, a majority of those dudes walked on by like nothing happened. But that one guy out of the majority just came in there and took advantage of her. So yeah, you still have to put yourself in a position where you can be safe. You can't compromise safety out of the expectation of somebody else doing something right. That doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. So you can go to work twerking on camera, showing your ass literally and figuratively, but the minute you're supposed to shut up, not look. That's the message I'm getting anyway. As a woman, you can go to your job and do whatever the fuck you want to do, show off for the crowd and coworkers, and the minute you're supposed to sit there and just take it and not do anything. No, I think it's promoting a sense of recklessness for our women. Just saying. Hold on a second. Is that you, Angie?
Yes. Do I sound better?
Yep. Well, I sound better. You sounded okay, but that was an echo. I heard an echo on my side, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you missed a part of the video, but you basically got the gist of what she was talking about. She was basically saying that it's up to us to find out what the hell really happened instead of just believing all women off rip. Because like I said, that's just a free pass for women to just be reckless and do whatever the fuck they want to do, while the men just got to just sit back and not do anything. I'm not going to do anything. Abby Wardy may not do anything, but I can't say the same for the other guys. Because like you said in your scenario, old girl got drunk and the majority of those dudes walked on by like nothing happened. But that one guy, the majority, took advantage.
Yep.
You're always going to have that one dude in the group that's going to take advantage. And like she was saying in the video, I think you missed that part. She was saying how back in the day, things that were considered foolish behavior done by men, now they're considered offensive to the point where they're considered harassment. We've taken what was once considered normal, but yet unacceptable behavior and put them in the same grounds as SA or the R word. That's where I have the problem. Now it's just there's no middle ground anymore. It's just one extreme over the other now.
Yeah, it's to the extreme. But women do sexually harass men on the job.
Okay, define that, because I've heard stories of women grabbing men's balls, grabbing men's
touching or verbal, but they don't get in trouble.
There you go. And there's a double standard. If done by a woman, it's okay. If done by a man, it's all good. Because I've had it happen before. I've had women on my old job touch on me or whatever. I didn't say anything because I was welcome to it, but it does happen. And because men are not given that kind of leeway. Now, I think the only leeway men are going to get for being harassed by women is if the man's in a relationship or he's married. Like, for example, let's say some female touches your husband and, grabs your husband's balls or touches your husband's butt or touches his hair or whatever in a sexual manner. He can easily just be like, hey, I got a wife at home. I got a wife and kids. I'm not going to do nothing with you. He can call the police and be like, this woman will not leave me alone. Officer, I got a wife and kids. I'm not trying to jeopardize that. That'll give him the leeway he need. But as long as he's single, it's open season for his ass. It's open season as long as the man is single. So
but it shouldn't be. I think the only time men report women doing anything is if she's like trying to fight him or be like physically violent. If it gets out of hand, then he will report it. But had he reported her inappropriate behavior from the jump, it probably would never escalated to that, because they start messing around and then she think it's something that it's not, and now she's at work acting a fool. I have seen stuff like that, and it's like, well,
and that's the thing. I think most of these allegations go unreported by men primarily. Mm-hmm. Yes, women have their moments where they're scared to make an allegation. I get that, but I think most of it by men who are afraid.
Right, because of how they will look. But it's like, who cares? If you don't want this woman touching you or saying things that's inappropriate, report it.
Yeah. But I guess, when you're a single man, it's like whatever happens, it just happens. Of course, my only gripe is this. Let's say I'm a single man with no kids. I'm at work. This beautiful coworker is feeling me. Even though I don't ban the sexual advances as a whole, on a surface level, I got to worry about the possibility of her making an allegation against me, even if I go through and accept said advances. Let's say I let her touch on me. I let her kiss on me, where nobody can see us. And then a month later, I'm in the HR room talking about I was harassing this woman. I was touching on her and all that kind of stupid shit. That can happen too, So even if the man does accept it, he's still in some kind of danger of possibly losing his job or whatever, or being ridiculed. So it's all about how the woman feels.
Oh, let me tell you what happened at my old job. So this dude and this girl, it was well known that they were messing around, right? But they both eventually was trying to get to this higher position at the job. Now, something happened where she claimed he sexually harassed her on the job and she had reported him. And a lot of people at the job didn't believe her because they're like, what's the coincidence you just now reporting him when you guys are both trying to get that one position at the job? And she had got him fired.
Damn. How long did she wait?
She reported him immediately. Like right when it happened, she claimed that it happened. He claimed that it did not happen, but they took her side, and everybody gave her the side eye. So,
and he got fired nonetheless. So, God, see what I mean?
Yep, no proof.
Mm-hmm. And Shicey Bum, give her the rest. Talking about you got cheap Wi-Fi.
I'm not even using my Wi-Fi since she's mentioned the Wi-Fi. I'm actually using my mobile data. My mobile data is usually good. I never have issues out of it, but I guess today it's acting up. But I'm not even using the Wi-Fi.
Shicey Bum, get the fuck out of here!
That's what she get for even commenting and not knowing what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm. And she said, "Why are men such victims?" That's
Why
a good
are
question.
women such victims? They're always victims of something.
Yep.
Always.
So now they want to make us men the victims. Don't man, I put her in timeout once. I'll do it again if she gets too carried away. But yeah, that kind of stuff does happen. That's why we have. That's why we have a standard. That's why I also have a standard of don't fuck around with nobody at the job.
Yep.
I know it's tempting. That's why I'm glad you got married before you went into the job, because at least you got somebody to go home to. He got somebody to go home to. So that temptation, those sexual urges will not consume you to where, oh, I got to talk to this man or this woman. So at least you got with someone. Now you can go home to your husband, hug up all up on him, and vice versa, hug up on each other. You got to worry about going to work trying to be friends with anybody, because that's how it always starts. And I'm not going to say that's the. And let me say this real quick before I let you speak. I'm not going to say that's the end all be all to making sure men don't give into temptation, because you got some married folks out here that be on the job messing around too. You got married women.
I just saw a video of a woman. She said her husband left her because he found out she was messing with her work husband. I hate that term work husband. It's like, what the hell is that? Like, what is a work husband? Like, I know what it is, but I just think that it's stupid. It's like you have one husband. The other dude you're screwing. Like these names that they come up with. It's like, just stop. Work husband, work wife, like what is that? All that is just gonna lead to some drama. That's it. It's like a whole bunch of mess. I remember the first time I heard the term work husband, I thought it meant a husband and a wife working at the same job, and then I found out what it was. I was like, what?
Yeah, that doesn't happen as rare as it used to happen. Usually you don't have husband and wives. Well, you got businesses owned by a husband and a wife, but them working together like that don't happen as often as people like to think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the definition of a work husband, or I'm gonna say a work spouse, because you can have both. A work husband, work wife is basically somebody at the job of the opposite sex that you're having some sort of sexual involvement with. That's basically all that is.
It's like these people can't just go to work. It's like, damn, can y'all just be normal? Do you guys always gotta be jumping to bed with everybody at work? Or it's like, dang, they can't just go to work and go home. There's always something.
It really is. But like I told you, I guess when you're single, well, my narrative is that when you're single and don't have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever the hell, those temptations do give in. I think it's easier for the single people to give into such temptation than the married people. But then again, like you said, you got married people out here that want to fuck around on the job too. So, so I can't say it's always the case.
Right.
Yeah, that shit ain't cool. But yeah, it does kind of put us in these bad positions, because now we don't know what to do. Accept her advances, it's harassment. Don't accept them, it's still harassment, because she could say it. As long as you have the power to say it, that's when we have the problem.
Yeah.
Good. All right, let me show you this video real quick. Okay. She said men commit most essays according to the Department of Justice. Well, no one said that they didn't. According to the Department of Justice, less than 5% make false allegations. Less than 5%? Is that really true? Because I read a statistic somewhere where they say a lot of allegations women did make, most of them were false. They exaggerated the shit. That's what I hear anyway. Now people just talk with no proof spreading information. Shicey Bum, get the hell up out of here with that. We ain't spreading no goddamn misinformation. And you don't want to believe what we're saying, go ask other people. Just go out there and ask other people. That's all I'm going to tell you. Ask other people what they think about this kind of stuff. Oh, boy. But I got a video to show you if you're still back there listening. Oh, damn, where is it? Okay. Oh, here it is. You still back there listening?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Fair use.
For attractive women, is this, like, how big of a concern is sexual harassment? Like, none of you guys are working with Harvey Weinstein out here, but is it actually common for attractive women to actually be harassed in the workplace?
I would say yes.
Really?
Yeah. But with a caveat that it depends on the woman's comfort level, because harassment is subjective. So, for example, if you're sending me explicit messages, like, yes, that's a clear delineation of sexual harassment. But my brother actually had an instance where he was pulled into an HR situation, and he had just put his hand on the back of his assistant and said, can you tell them that I need 5 more minutes, like, to go tell the new clients, like, just give me a second. And that
innocent,
was
like, just
right?
like, hey,
yeah.
but...
So that was an incident. So I think it really just depends on what you deem sexual harassment, and I feel for guys sometimes, because how do you know where that line is? I don't know. That's subjective.
Yep. Thoughts, comments, concern?
I've seen men, put the hand on the back of other men, but they're straight, but it wasn't like that. I don't know. It's just something. It's some things that some people may do that. I had one supervisor, was a female. She had did it. She kind of leaned and put her hand on my back, but it wasn't like that. So I don't think her brother was trying to do anything inappropriate. It's just something that people do when they're leaning and they're trying to, give you words of encouragement, or they're trying to show you how to do something. I don't know. It's just, I can't even explain it, but I do know what she's talking about in terms of her brother.
Yeah. And that's the thing it's all about, because she's, like you say, it's more subjective. I mean, it's all about how she perceives it. And I get that there are some people out there that don't like to be touched. I get that. But you have to perceive every touch as being a sexual touch. You want people that just like to be touched. I understand that. I understand you don't want to be touched because you went through a traumatic experience. That's okay. But that ain't the case for every situation.
Right. Like, people act as if human beings can't interact without it being something sexual. And it's like, what is wrong with you? You don't know how to interact with people. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell when someone is truly being inappropriate. Everything is not sexual.
Yeah. And let's not forget, not everybody wants that. Just saying. I just want to go to work and make friends with coworkers. I just want to, I don't mind having on the job friendships, but I'm at the point where I can't even do that. Now, there is one woman at my job I'm close to. She's around our age. She's like 2 years older than me, maybe 3 years older than you. I feel like I can trust her because we get along great. And I don't think she would do anything to jeopardize my job. Hell, she even helped me out on the job a few times. I can trust her, but the other women, nah, not so much.
Yeah.
So I guess you better find somebody you can probably trust. And it's gotten to the point where men are just avoiding women in the workplace altogether. And that's another problem. Y'all made this movement to where anything and everything is sexual harassment, even if it's nothing too extreme. But when men act on that and be like, you know what, we're not going to harass women in the workplace anymore. We're simply not going to talk to them, not going to touch them, not going to have meetings with them, not going to invite them on what they call business trips. We're going to leave them alone. And they're still getting on their goddamn high horses.
You know what I find funny is men are, God, I forgot my words. Men are not interacting with women that much because of this on any level, and now women are complaining the men are not approaching us, the men are not talking to us. The men, you got females online talking about they were in a bar in a club and no man had approached them. It's like, isn't this what you guys wanted?
Exactly.
Like they just whine too much. Like, shut up. God, it's so annoying. It's
Yeah.
really is annoying. It's like you women cry about everything. Now you want men to quote unquote harass you. I'm gonna put in quotation because they call everything harassment.
Exactly.
They're just
And that's
annoying and weird at this point.
And another thing to think about is this: the few women out here like yourself, for example, who don't mind the attention of men as long as it's with genuine intention, it's gonna be hard for you. I know you're a married woman, but I'm using it as an example because you're a genuinely good person. The women out here who have genuine intention, it's gonna be hard for them to get the men that they want.
Right.
It's gonna be hard for them to attract a certain kind of man because now y'all just casualties of war. If someone makes a false allegation against me, guess what? Now I gotta look at every woman as a possible, a possible liar. I gotta look at you. I gotta look at B Love. I gotta look at Mrs. She Said. I gotta look at Sweet Melanie. All of you beautiful ladies who may have no ill will against me are just possible false accusers. So that's making it hard for not only the men but for the women as well.
Right.
So everybody will suffer at the end of the day as far as the dating market is concerned. Both women and men will suffer.
Yep.
All right, here's a video. This is my last one before I close it off. All right, let's take a look at this one. Fair use. Hold on.
Is it unanimous? Thank you, sir.
This caption said, "This woman made a mockery of the Me Too movement. She should never be allowed to work in Hollywood again." Okay.
Right when I walked into the room, he began making sexually suggestive comments to me. Now, as an entertainment reporter for over a decade, it was unlike anything I truly have ever experienced.
I fear false accusations.
I am a big proponent of equality with women. I don't want to be because I'm on the anti-Me Too.
Hi, guys. Let's discuss the changing dynamics between men and women in the workplace and how it is increasingly becoming common for men to avoid women in the office. We're also going to discuss why women are now seeing this as a punishment for the Me Too movement. And just a disclaimer, this is in no way intended to malign or deny the many people who have had to face issues at the workplace, which eventually led to the beginning of the Me Too movement in the West. So, I'm going to go over an article that shares how more and more men are avoiding women in the workplace. And this has started to make women uncomfortable. She shares how she believes men are overreacting to the whole Me Too movement, and that they're going overboard by trying to avoid women.
Overreacting? Are you fucking serious? This man just said, well, not his words, but she said women believe that men are just overreacting. I'm calling cap.
C-A-P. Cap. Cap. C-A-P. Cap.
This ain't no overreaction. This is more of a reaction to a movement that's going to put them at a huge disadvantage in the workplace, if not all walks of life. Just saying.
She says that women feel like they're being punished by men because of the Me Too movement. The article starts off with the author talking about a new...
You can call it whatever you want to call it, punishment, but we're just responding to something that y'all ladies wanted. Just saying.
American study that reveals how men appear to be following major career politicians and personalities, such as Mike Pence, when he was still the vice president. It says that Mike Pence was known to not have dinner alone with any woman who wasn't his partner. It says that Mike Pence was quite the trendsetter when he was still in office. And
well, salute to our former vice president for that one. What you think, Angie?
Yeah.
Yes, salute to our former vice president for that. His policy was Don't have dinner or meetings with anyone that's not your partner. And if you do have to have a meeting with a female client or coworker, bring a third witness along. It ain't got to be your spouse, but it can be somebody to ensure nothing happens. Just saying, fair use.
Right now, it seems like working guys all over corporate America are following him, inspired by his foolproof and cautious way of being around women in the workplace. According to another study undertaken to assess the results and implications of the Me Too movement, more and more men are significantly less likely to approach their female coworkers at the workplace.
Correct.
The study found that 20% of men shun one-on-one conversations with female coworkers and avoid interacting with them in closed settings. According to the primary research undertaken for this study, where men were asked how they would feel if they were alone with a woman in the office, a third or more of men said they would be afraid to be alone with a woman.
I wonder why.
Imagine that. I can't blame these men, to be honest.
I can't either.
In today's world, you are guilty unless proven innocent.
See, there you go. As men, you're automatically you're already guilty until proven innocent. As a man, you're already a possible essay. You're already a possible R word is or whatever. As a man, you're automatically guilty of something until they prove you're innocent. And the thing is, even if they do prove you innocent, it ain't gonna do shit for your mental health or your psyche, because now you got to walk around with that burden for the rest of your life. And Angie, you can still hear me back there. Think of it like this: the same trauma that women experience when they get essayed or R word or whatever. It's the same kind of trauma that we men have to experience when we get falsely accused of the shit. So it kind of makes it an even thing. If someone attacked you, guess what? You don't trust men anymore. Someone falsely accused me of attacking a woman, I can't trust women anymore. So yeah, it's basically this. It's the same overall feeling for these situations, but fair use.
This is what scares men the most. God forbid, if a woman makes even a false claim against a man for harassment at the workplace, that man will lose his job and prospective future jobs, in addition to his reputation and self-esteem.
Right.
That's the incredible power that women hold over men in the workplace. So it comes as no surprise that according to this article, 21% of males indicated they would be hesitant to hire a woman for a position that requires intimate connection.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine you can't even get a certain job because it requires you to work around a bunch of men who could possibly lose their job because you make an allegation against them. Imagine that. I'm not sure you ever had that issue before, Angela, but do tell.
I don't think so.
Okay, like that warehouse job you had 20 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, that, yeah.
And I guess back then, well, I'm talking 20 years. We're talking 2003, 2004. I was fresh out of high school back then. I was like in my university day.
No, it wasn't 2003 or 2004. It was 2007. It was 2007. Yeah.
I was either 21. I was either 22 or 23.
Almost 20 years.
Yeah. So 2007, I had to be at least 21 going on 23, one of them ages. So yeah, either way, we were in our early 20s.
I think I just turned 21.
Oh, okay. So yeah. But bottom line, back then, Me Too was not as prevalent. Yeah, this kind of stuff was happening back then. Well, as far as men harassing women in the workplace and vice versa, it was happening, but it didn't get as much backlash. Usually they just say, no, don't do that to that woman or don't do that to that man, and just brush it off. Now, if he continues, then they gonna go to HR and say something. But usually back then, they just like, don't do this, back off, and just leave it alone. It may damage your self-esteem for a while, but you'll eventually get over it. But now, fast forward 20 years later, now it's like, if the man even says you look beautiful, report him. Instead of just saying, oh, I don't appreciate you saying that about me. Okay. And like I said, women pick and choose when it suits them. I can't say you're attractive because I'm not that. I'm just an ugly fuck face, but the guy who's tall and handsome can say that he gets away scot-free. So that picking and choosing is not going to benefit women, you know, in the workplace, because now we don't know who to trust. We don't know who to work with. We don't know who's going to report us. And we got to question our own level of attractiveness, which is something you shouldn't do, especially in the dating market. You got to have confidence in your ability to look good, smell good, and do everything right. But we can't even have that anymore because of this damn movement. It ain't just the workplace, it's everywhere. I'm just saying. You got something to say, Angie? Go ahead.
No.
Okay. Fair use.
Such as traveling for business. 19% of the men said they'd be hesitant to hire a woman who was considered beautiful by society's standards of attraction. This was
Yep, there you go. If you're like a 9 out of 10 in terms of good looks and beauty, you got sex appeal, companies may not hire you because, well, let's just face it, we're men, we're horny creatures by nature. We see something beautiful, we're going to most likely pursue it. And that's going to cost us our jobs big time. So like I said earlier, it ain't just about putting the accountability on men to just control their sexual desires or have some sexual discipline. Now they're telling women you may have to be careful where you go and how you carry yourself and what kind of job you apply for. Because men are going to look at you, they're going to want a piece of that action. It's going to cost them their jobs. So now you got jobs dumbing down, hiring beautiful women to work for them. It may seem sexist at first, but after this Me Too movement, you may see where they're going with this. I mean, me personally, I don't condone not hiring somebody just because of their damn gender. But what I will condone, making certain arrangements so nobody gets in trouble when hiring a beautifully attractive woman. If I'm gonna hire you, Angela, I'm gonna put you in an all-girl team just to be safe. If you can handle that, that is. I'm just saying. That's what I do hypothetically. But let's continue.
Was the result of a survey taken from employees working in a variety of businesses. The survey also noted that similar surveys taken in the past did not garner similar results. In the previous surveys, men were more comfortable interacting with women in office settings. Previously, 15% of men compared to 21% in the later surveys indicated it would be less likely to recruit women for positions that demand close interpersonal interactions. So this just goes to show that over the years, and especially in the last decade, men have become more and more cautious around women and would rather interact and work with men. They would rather share information, discuss ideas.
Yeah, we didn't have this kind of problem back then, but now it's escalated. We didn't have this problem too much back then, but now it's escalated.
Ideas and plan their agendas in cubicles, meetings, and boardrooms with other men rather than women. This is because they're afraid they might lose the career they built over years and years of hard work. One false accusation, and they could lose all of it. One false accusation could turn them into villains in a society that only considers and believes what women say.
Again, that old believe all women bullshit. Yep.
So don't blame men, I mean. Men can see what has happened over the years, especially with the advent of the Me Too movement. They don't want to bear responsibility for something they did not commit. They don't want to lose their jobs, status, and position in society. Just to be clear, men not saying that they are the only ones that are terrified of women here. Women also seem to be hiring fewer women in general. More than 10% of men and women who responded to the earlier survey expected to be less likely than before to recruit attractive women.
So damn, look at that. You heard that, Angela? Even they don't want to hire other women for these positions.
Right, I told you.
Yeah,
women don't even get along with women on the job.
Say what now?
I said women are not getting along with women on the job.
Oh yeah, and you know what? And to further prove your point, I read this story about a few years ago where they said these women wanted to start an all-female company and try to compete with an all-male company. I think at the end of the experiment, the female company fell apart because they couldn't get along. They were always bickering. They couldn't come to some understanding about a male company flourished more so. That's the basic gist of that experiment that I read. I don't know if it was an experiment or not, but that's what happened. An all-female company, and it didn't work out well. Oh, she hopped off. Yeah, she'll be back. But I got to use the rest
I'm the nerd with the hustle, yeah, I'm bagging it all. From the homework to the honeys, I'll be answering calls. She's sliding in my DM, says my brain turns her on. She don't need no baller, just my mind and my charm. She love the way I talk, how I break it all down. Says my voice hit deeper than these fools in the town. Late nights in the crib, a man thinks she with frizz, but I'm teaching her lessons, yeah, she loving the blizz. I'm the genius and the freak in the zone. Got the baddest in my lap while I'm writing the poem. She love the way I grind, love the way I teach. Brains and swag, I got her out of his reach. She got that lace red on, sitting up in my room. Says, Trey, I need your mind, baby, light up my mood. I'm the professor with the game, I'm top of the charts. But she want that private tutor, get straight to the heart. She call me Daddy Dre, cause I handle it right. Brains, bucks, and a vibe, I'm a star of the night. From the desk to the bed, yeah, we crossing new lines. While I'm counting my stacks, she be riding my ride. I'm the genius and the freak in the zone. Got the baddest in my lap while I'm writing the poem. She love the way I grind, love the way I teach. Brains and swag, I got her out of his reach. She got that lace red on, sitting up in my room. Says, Trey, I need your mind, baby, light up my mood. I'm the professor with the game, I'm top of the charts. But she want that private tutor, get straight to the heart. She call me Daddy Dre, cause I handle it right. Brains, bucks, and the vibe, I'm a star of the night. From the desk to the bed, yeah, we crossing new lines.
Okay, I'm back. My bad, I had to use the restroom real quick, but I'm back. Angie, if you feel free to come back if you want to. I had to use the restroom real quick, but I'm back. Let's continue critiquing this video here. All right, there we go. My bad, I had to use the restroom real quick, but I'm back. All right, let's continue with this video. Angie, if you're back there, feel free to come back if you can. Fair use, ladies and gentlemen, fair use.
To the results. I think this is because, generally speaking, people tend to believe in attractive people more than someone who's not good looking.
There you go. We tend to believe more. We tend to take the words of attractive people more to heart and with more stride than unattractive people. So I guess if an ugly dude gets falsely accused of something, he's guilty automatically. He's just trying to deny it. But let it be an attractive person, now they're going to believe him or her more so. They're going to believe attractive people more so. That's something I thought I was the only person that noticed that, but now they done said it, I get it. It is what it is. Fair use.
We have popular culture to thank for that. In any movie you see, old and new, you will always find that the most beautiful woman or the most handsome man is the hero.
Yeah, Aladdin and Princess Jasmine. And then you have the villain character Jafar, which is some old man, the animated version, not the live action version, where he was depicted as a younger person, aka Hot Jafar, as they called him. But that's been depicted in pop culture. So you're ugly physically, you're automatically considered a villain or an anti-hero. Fair use.
Who cannot do any wrong and who fights to uphold justice in society. The villains and the bad guys are always people who are ugly looking, scared, and old people who are pleasant to look at. So it's no surprise that men and even women wouldn't want to consider highly attractive women, because if an attractive woman makes a false allegation against a man, everyone will believe that the woman is saying the truth.
Absolutely. There you go. And it's kind of ironic that, you know, they say beautiful people are usually perceived as the heroes and could do no wrong. That's been going around for pop culture for years and years and years. But now we see that that's taken a major turn for the worse. Now an attractive woman can be what they call a wolf in sheep's clothing, be an undercover villain, make a false allegation and ruin a man's life, and automatically she's going to be believed just because she's beautiful. That's basically what I'm getting from this. Believe her just because she's beautiful. Or if it's a man that's truly doing something wrong, believe him just because he's an attractive man and all the women want to get with him. So yeah, It's hard. It's a sad truth, but unfortunately, your level of attractiveness plays into whether or not you're going to be believed or not believed. I don't know why that is, because you would think, well, I guess when you don't know what the fuck is really going on, you'll believe whatever, I guess. When you have no proof that this is what's going on, this is what happened, that's how people tend to look at situations like that. Just saying, but okay, fair use. They just proved it. They don't want to hire no beautifully attractive woman, because if she accuses somebody of something, they'll believe her automatically, especially if the guy that she's flirting with or putting the allegation against is not so attractive. He's like a 5 out of 10 in terms of looks, but just average in the looks department or below average. They're going to believe her automatically just because of her looks alone. But fair use.
I mean, everyone can imagine a guy trying to flirt with an incredibly attractive woman, because that's how it has always been.
Yep.
Guys find it extremely challenging to deal with a harassment issue.
They really do.
Some people may be accused of harassment for merely making jokes with a coworker. Even in this case, 2 male coworkers could honestly be joking between themselves without directing the joke at anyone, and they can be called out as harassers for it. And the next thing you know,
and this is why when we're in the workplace, we have to kind of watch what we say around women. Excuse me. And this is kind of why sometime in the workplace, you have to be careful what you say when there's beautiful women around, because you don't know how they're going to take it. But on the contrary, a lot of y'all ladies have little to no problem saying whatever the fuck you want to say around men. Because I've had females at my job say some overly sexual stuff around us and nobody seems to care. Like back in 2017, I had this female who literally, I was putting something in my bag or whatever. True story that happened on my job. I was putting my stuff, packing up all my stuff, and I guess I leaned in on the table with my crotch area up against the table. This woman was like, sir, am I turning you on? I asked her, why? Because your dick is on hard. She literally said that in front of all them people, because your dick is on hard, literally. So yeah, you got women out here that will say some sexual stuff around men without a care in the world, but yet if men say something sexual around a woman, then it's considered a problem. But yeah, that actually happened to me. I've heard so many females in my job say some sexualized stuff against us men, and they take no accountability for it. Because like I said earlier, we're men, we're horny creatures by nature, and we can't call out that kind of stuff. You probably want to do a little something with them. And plus the double standard is women can say whatever they want, do whatever the fuck they want with no accountability. So yeah, men can't make harmless jokes around women because they may take it a certain way. But as men, we got to hold but women can say whatever they want to say. We got to hold our tongues, but y'all can let y'all tongues just come out and say whatever. That's bullshit in my eyes, but it is what it is. I don't like it. I mean, when women say sexual things around me in reference to genitalia or any part of the human body, it doesn't bother me personally, but it's something that I think about every now and then. And I've gotten to the point where I just simply remove myself from that crowd because I don't want to get falsely accused of some shit. So you're a female coworker and I got to work around you. You start talking about vagina and penis and all that stuff. I'm just going to put some distance between us because you're not going to falsely accuse me of some shit if I respond to that. Okay, fair use.
HR is after them asking questions about everything. Men are hesitant to even shake hands with women for fear that she would perceive it as harassment.
And that does happen. I know at my job, I will give certain females hugs, but that's only a small fraction. If I got 10 female coworkers, I may pick maybe 2 or 3 I'm comfortable being, making physical contact with. The other 7 or 8, y'all, we can't be physical like that. We just can't. So I have to choose who I want to. I have to choose who I'm going to be, close to like that. Just saying. Fair use.
It would be simpler to avoid touch altogether. But what's
actually, I hate to disagree with that. I gotta disagree with that because I can't say it'd be easier to just avoid touch altogether because you got some women out here that get upset when men don't want to touch them. Like, I don't want to hug her. I don't want to shake her hand. And now she's still feeling some kind of way. So yeah, make up your goddamn mind. Which is it? You don't want men hugging or shaking your hand, but at the same time, you get offended when they don't. Again, going back to the whole picking and choose bullshit. They pick and choose when it suits them. So you don't want me shaking your hand, but my man's right here, my coworker, he can shake your hand and give you a hug. So you pick and choose when it suits you. But since we don't know who's going to be picked and chosen to be physical with a woman, we're not taking any chances. Bottom line, we're just not taking that chance anymore. That's just how they go. We're not taking that chance anymore. Just saying. All right, fair use.
What's really intriguing about this study is how thoroughly it refutes the claim that men lack a clear understanding of what constitutes improper behavior.
Exactly.
The first thing that
they act like we don't know what the hell inappropriate behavior truly is or constitutes to. I mean, what may seem inappropriate for one person could be appropriate for somebody else, but generally speaking, we know what the fuck harassment is. We know what the fuck to do and what not to do on the job. Just saying.
Researchers did was look at 19 behaviors and make a judgment about whether to label them as harassment or not. An example of this would be sending explicit emails to subordinates.
That's harassment.
The majority of men and women.
That's harassment. If you're a man and you're sending dick pics to your coworkers, female coworkers, or posting sexual stuff on social media like Facebook or Instagram, and coworkers see that, okay, that constitutes to sexual harassment. I had a woman at my job say that someone did that to her. She didn't report it for whatever reason, but oh well, it is what it is. And it kind of blows me how some men can get away with doing certain things, but I know for a fact if I did the same thing, I'm out of a job. So yeah, y'all pick and choose when it suits y'all. Y'all pick and choose when you want to report something as harassment, even if it is inappropriate behavior. Just saying, fair use. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Respectively, are aware of what harassment is, and both genders essentially agree on what harassment implies. One of the authors of the study told the Harvard Business Review that it is mostly inaccurate to suggest that men don't realize their behavior is inappropriate, and that women are making a mountain out of a molehill. Women,
believe it or not, some of them are.
Define harassment more broadly. The majority of guys are fully aware of the distinction between a warm hug and a perverted hug. They are fully aware of what is and isn't considered harassment. From a woman's point of view, anything can be harassment. If a line manager asks a subordinate or junior team member to stay late at the office for an hour, she can create a whole scene where she's seen with the manager in the CCTV cameras as he speaks to her and explains to her how to go about a certain project. And she can basically concoct a story of how he was trying to harass her. And guess what? She can create a whole scene where she's seen with the manager in the CCTV cameras as he speaks to her and explains to her how to go about a certain project. And she can basically concoct a story of how he was trying to harass her. And guess what? Most people would believe her. So
she's a beautiful lady, of course. Yep.
It's quite understandable that men want to avoid situations where they are alone with women in order to remain clear of any such issues that might jeopardize their entire careers. And women have started to complain about this because they feel like they're being left out. They're no longer given the responsibility to work more on projects and see them through in the dead of night.
And how the fuck is that our fault? How the fuck is that our fault? You wanted men to stop harassing you in the workplace, it stopped. But I think the problem is they've taken what was once considered normal interactions between men and women and turned into possible sexual harassment allegations. That's where they went wrong at. So now friendly hugs, playful jokes, stuff that especially younger people do in the workplace are now on the grounds of harassment if she feels it's harassment. So of course men are just going to say, fuck it, we're just not going to do this anymore and just go our own way and leave women alone. That's probably the way it needs to be, honestly, but fair use.
In the office, people would rather ask men to stay late and work with them because they know their careers won't be at stake. Women are also being left out of private and confidential conversations between team members who share important information. I mean, if I had to share something with a coworker out of hearing range from someone else, and I had to go to a small meeting room with someone, I'd rather choose to share that information with a guy because I know that taking a woman into a small meeting room might seem like something else to other people.
Exactly. Now I know what some of y'all ladies out there might be thinking. Well, H&M, all women don't do this. All women don't go out here, making false allegations against men. All women are not going to do that. So why not take a chance? Why should you be afraid knowing that everybody's not going to do this? Well, first of all,
get the fuck out of here.
That's the first thing. And second of all, so why do I say that? First of all, hold on. First of all, like I said, those of y'all that don't do this kind of shit are just casualties of war. So y'all are just suffering just as much as we are. And second of all is this. It's not so much about what you're going to do to a man. It's more about what you're able to do to a man. Let me say that again for those of y'all that didn't hear me. We're not so worried about what you're going to do to us. We're just more worried about the fact that you have the ability to do something to us. Remember that, ladies. It's about what you're capable of doing. Just knowing that as a woman, you have the power to make a false allegation against me, and without any proof, despite no proof or no evidence as to what really happened, it being a he said, she said type deal, I could still lose my job. Just knowing that, there's nothing to make me scared right there. That'd be like somebody robbing you at gunpoint. Maybe he'll shoot you, maybe he won't. But just knowing that he has the ability to take your life or injure you with his firearms, enough to make you scared right there. Same thing with the Me Too movement. Just knowing that y'all ladies have the ability to ruin our lives is enough to make us scared. The ability to do that is enough to make us scared. Best remember that for the rest of your best remember that. Because all this shit about all women don't do this. No, duh. We're not saying all of y'all are going to do this. We're just saying all of y'all have the ability to do this. That's something y'all need to remember. You ladies have the ability to make allegations, and that's what's really pushing men away. Okay, fair use.
The effects of Me Too are still being felt across the corporate world, not just in America, but also in Europe, Great Britain, and other parts of the world.
Even the UK is feeling it. Goddamn.
Men will continue to avoid women in the workplace as long as women overreact to the movement and continue to make false allegations against men that we see so often in the media.
Again, as long as they have the power to do that, we're going to stay away.
So that's what I have to say about this. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
All right. Well, that's the video. What y'all thought about that? What do y'all have to say about that? The panel is still open for anybody that want to come up. I guess Angela C had to dip off because she had to take care of some things besides her internet connection. I had to kick Shiesty Bum out because she was just being too rude. So yeah. And salute to Mr. She Said for putting that chick in her goddamn place. And Mrs. She Said, you're still back there. I hope you, well, if your husband started the last stream, feel free to come up and talk about this with me. Angela C had a lot to say, but I'd love to have more people up here if possible. If not, well, the show must go on. But that's what's happening out here. That's exactly what the hell is happening out here. So yeah. Me Too is ruining our dating market. It's not, and as we said earlier, it's not just the workplace. I mean, Shiesty Bum talking about it's happening in the workplace. We all over the place. Well, you goddamn right, we're all over the place because the Me Too movement is all over the place. It's not just about the workplace. It's everywhere. And like they say, it's even Great Britain is suffering from this. So yeah, it's not just making the dating market harder for men, but women are affected as well. So yeah, take that into account. Both genders are suffering. So I wish females would stop crying about, oh, we're not going to be included. Oh, we're not going to, men just want to leave. Men are going to exclude us from everything. How the fuck you think we men feel knowing that we can't include beautiful women into our workspaces? You don't think we're just as bothered by this as you are? I got too much to fucking lose by interacting with you as a beautiful woman. So I'm suffering just as much too, especially if you're a single man with no girlfriend, no wife, and you spend 80% of your time at work and 20% of your time doing other things. You don't have time to go out to try to meet somebody. Really? When you're a working class adult Working 9 to 5, guess what? You don't have the kind of time on your hands to go out there trying to meet people like you did when you were in your 20s, working a part-time job at the bakery or at a fast food joint or grocery store. You don't have that kind of time on your hands anymore. And not only that, technology has made interacting with people become kind of obsolete as of lately. It's sad, but true. So yeah, times are just changing to the point where dating is going to be dead. Dating is practically dead at this point. So yeah, that's my whole take on the Me Too movement. If anybody else got something to say, feel free to do so. I'm at the 3-hour marker. I'm going to take one more stream break, and I got 2 more things to take a look at. And plus, I want to give people an opportunity to come up here and speak their piece on whatever has been happening throughout this show. I want to give other people a chance to come up and speak their piece. Oh, Angela, you're back. Well, you got time to come back up here. Feel free to do so. I'm not leaving just yet, but appreciate the compliment. Yeah, it was a good stream. I'm always putting on a good show for my audience. I'm not leaving just yet. I got a few more things to talk about. I'm just taking a brief stream break. But if you got time, you're not busy with good old hubby, feel free to talk to your boy and show your love. And for those of y'all listening out there, I'm just asking, please
like, comment, and subscribe, because it's just what the doctor prescribed.
Make sure you do that on your way in and out. Help me get into the algorithm. Can't get the word right. Algorithm. Is that? Hopefully I said that correctly. But anyways, I'm going to take a brief stream break before I have something else to talk about, but I'm going to take a brief stream break, give people time to come up and speak their piece on everything I talked about up to this point. Okay, hot damn, where is it? Ah, there it is. All right, I'm going to take a brief stream break. I'll be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
That was Taste Your Love by Horace Brown. By the way, ladies, Horace will be throwing a private party at his mansion tonight. So all you sexy ladies, just come on down. Now here's his latest on Motown, One for the Money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. We do it. One for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get the honeys. Here we go. We do it. One for the money. Get money, nigga. Oh yeah. Dedication for all hustlers that get up every motherfucking morning and put their work in. I see you. Here we go.
I'm up before the sunrise, first to hit the block. Little bad motherfucker with a pocket full of rocks. Learn to throw them things, get my skinny little ass kicked. Niggas laugh till the first motherfucker got blasted. I put the nigga in his casket, and now they covering the bastard plastic. I smoke blunts on the regular, fuck when it counts. Trying to make $1 million out of quarter ounce. Getting ghost on the 5-0, fuck them hoes. Got a 45 screaming out survival. Hey nigga, can I lay low? Cook some yayo and all a 5-0 when I say so. Don't wanna go to the pen, I'm hitting fences. Narcs on a nigga back, missing me by inches. And they say, how do you survive weighing 155 in the city where the little niggas die? Tell mama don't cry, cause even if they kill me, they can never take the life of a real G. I'm getting money for the money, 2 for the show. We do it. Here we go. I'm getting money for the money, 2 for the show. We do it. My time deserve it if I wanna make a million. Gotta stay dealing, kinda booming round the way. I think today I make a killing, dressing down like I'm dirty, but only on the block, just a clever disguise to keep me running from the cops. I'm getting high, I think I die if I don't get no wins. I'm in the bucket, but I'm riding it like it's a Benz. I hit the strip and let my music buck. Drink a liquor and I'm looking for a bitch to fuck. Ride the die, making money, then live poor and legal as I slang another ounce. I wish it was a kilo. I need money in a major way. Time to fuck my girl, she getting paid today. I live a thug life and let the money come to me, cause they can never take the game from a young G. I'm getting money for the money.
We do it.
So my niggas in Uptown, get money for the money.
We do
Damn if I don't, and damn if a nigga do. Now watch a young motherfucker pull a trigger to raise up, and don't let him see you cry. Dry your eyes, young nigga, time to do or die. I pack a pistol in my pocket, ready on my block. Ain't no time for a nigga to even cock shit. I done seen a motherfucker be paid at point blank range, cause he slept on the game. Made a damn thing change. You're checking the dice now. Roll 'em if you can't stand pain, better hold 'em. Cause ain't no telling what you might roll. You might fold, catch change from a slight cold. You better live your life to the fullest, because to kill a bull, got a pistol, motherfucker, better pull it. And even if they kill me, they can never take the life of a young G. I'm getting money
to the West Coast. Oh, this is how we do it.
That's right.
So we do it. Ultimate respect. Brains, baddies, billions, smart play, smart choice, smart trade. Brains, baddies, billions, brains, baddies, billions, smart.
All right, I'm back. Back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I got another video, another short clip to show you guys right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about this one. We talked about the overweight chicks suing Lyft. We talked about how the Me Too movement has basically ruined the dating market. Now I'm going to get a little bit off topic and talk about this one. And if people want to come up and chime in on it, feel free to do so. That's why I labeled this show and more. So anybody got something they want to talk about with me, feel free to do so. All right, let me know what you think about this one. Fair use.
I thought about you guys a lot. I said, the married people stuck at home, I want to be like them. I envy these guys. Some of you don't even dress yourselves anymore. You just wear the next clean shirt. I want that. Then I'm like, where do you go to find this wife? You can go to clubs or bars. I don't like going to nightclubs. Nightclubs are filled with single mothers and liars. There's a lot of single mothers in the club, and overall single mothers are doing a good job, but the world is crazy, and you need to wait a while before you introduce these guys you dating to your kids. I went out with this single mother 2 times. I'm at work, the school called me to come pick up her son. You can't put my name on the list to come pick up your son. I only seen this dude 2 times in the dark at your house. They wear uniforms now. They got the same little haircut. I might pick up the wrong kid. Now this dude is on my backseat wheezing. I don't need
that. Well, thoughts, comments, concerns. What y'all thought about that? Oh, man. Yeah, I know married life can be stressful, but I'd rather have what this guy talked about instead of just being single and having to go out here trying to search for somebody. Because like you said, you can't go to the clubs and the bars because don't nobody go to the clubs looking for relationships. I didn't anyway when I was going to the clubs and bars in my younger days. I went to the clubs specifically to just get my penis satisfied by beautiful women. And by that, I mean get twerked on, get grinded on, and leave there with a good feeling. That's all I went there for. I wasn't looking there. I wasn't out there looking for no damn relationship. Hell, I didn't care if I got a phone number. So yeah, nobody goes to the clubs looking for relationships. Just saying. Nobody goes there looking for no committed relationship. And yes, you do have single moms that go to these places, you know, just to have a good time. But some of them be up in there trying to find a goddamn stepdaddy. And that situation that man just described is just ridiculous. How the fuck you gonna meet a guy, know him for less than a month, and all of a sudden you want this guy to go pick your kids up from school because you put his name down on the list of parental guardians to go pick up your kids? Seriously, what the hell? That's why I think school need to watch out for that kind of shit, because these moms will put down anybody on their list of people to go pick up the kids. And sometimes the kids don't know them, because true story, I had a female that wanted me to go pick her kids up from school. I let her know straight up. First of all, I don't know your kids don't know me. Second of all, that's not my damn job. It's a baby daddy's job. And finally, this is how kids wound up on the NBC Dateline News as kidnapped the missing persons situation. Seriously, you can't do that. So ladies, please be careful with your damn kids when you're out here in this dating market. You can't just bring any old dude around your kids and put down just any old random Joe to go pick your kids up from school or basketball practice. That ain't happening. And if these kids are smart, they wouldn't go with just some random dude just because they mama said so. But you know how kids are just programmed to do whatever they mama say. Because no, y'all can't be doing no bullshit like that. That's just crazy. And a man never even seen the kids before. Don't let it be that situation, because how is he gonna know who the fuck to look for in the event that he has to go pick them up? So no, y'all need to be a little bit more careful with y'all kids like that. Seriously, that is unacceptable. You can't be doing that. So that is a crazy situation right there. Just saying, that is pretty wild. Man, oh man. So that is a wild situation there. So no. And y'all wonder why we got all this stuff to say about single moms. Well, single dads are probably no better. But in this case, yeah, we have to get on the single moms because you can't be doing that. You can't put the burden of responsibility of your children on another man. You just can't do that. Just saying. You really should not be trying to do that. That ain't cool. That shit is just not cool. Okay. If anybody back there listening, let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Feel free to share your opinion on the whole thing. This is an interesting show. Yeah. Glad you people could stop by. All of y'all showed me some love and showed me some support. And if you're new here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit me up on Instagram. If you got any show ideas you want to talk about with me, or you want to co-host a show with me, I'm open to finding a new co-host, male or female. I'm always open to that possibility. So yeah, please do that. Well, that's all the stuff I wanted to cover for today. If nobody else has anything they want to talk about with your boy, I'm going to give my final thoughts on the whole thing. First up, old girl that sued Lyft. I'm surprised she even won the goddamn case because honestly, if you know the car is too goddamn big for you and you know, and you should be able to understand the reasons why he didn't want to put you in his car. But you know, she was all in her feelings. She felt some kind of way about the whole thing and decided to sue this man, knowing goddamn well that that's not the same kind, knowing goddamn well he had plausible reason for doing that. The only thing I'm mad at this dude for was probably just saying straight to her face, no, I can't put you in my car. All he had to do was just pull off and go his way and cancel the ride. Maybe that was a bit too much, but to say this is the same thing as discrimination on the same basis of discrimination against race and religion, no, that's fucking bullshit in my eyes. That is some straight up bullshit in my eyes.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Yeah.
What? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, your race and religion ain't got shit to do with the condition of my car, but your physical body structure, that is going to impact the car. So I don't know why the fuck they had to put that in the same league. That's a problem with our legal system. They go by what's legal and illegal instead of what's logical and what's illogical. So I guess they'll put anything in the same category. That's stupid in my, and that is just dumb and stupid in my humble opinion. Again, the only thing this man should have got reprimanded for was probably just telling her straight up that, hey, you're too big to get in my car. When all he could just pulled off. But for him to get sued because of that, that's a problem. The problem is that they're upset at this man for rejecting the ride is where I have the issue, really. You're inclined to reject it if you're not comfortable. So that's my thoughts on the whole thing. He should not have gotten sued, let alone lost his job. That was bullshit in my eyes, just saying. Now, as far as the Me Too movement ruining dating, yeah, it really has. It's not just about the workplace anymore. This is just all walks of life. Now, men don't even want to go to clubs, bars, even a local university to talk to women because out of fear of getting falsely accused of sexual harassment. Gone are the days where we had a better sense of what contributes to harassment and what doesn't. Gone are the days of just telling men, no, back off, don't do that. I don't like you doing this with me and leaving it at that. Now it's just, you say something or do something she don't like, it's automatically harassment. And it's more of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if you're in a workspace and a female makes a move on you, whether you accept her advances or reject them, you're still in danger of being falsely accused of sexual harassment. That's the big window that is opened up for women. So no, it doesn't matter anymore. It's all about how she feels. Because I hear stories of women making allegations against men because they don't want to make moves on them. Or call them something, or call them out their name because they don't want to interact with them. Like the video said, they feel left out. They don't feel included in anything. Well, that's not our fucking fault. I have the common sense not to put myself in situations where I'm liable to lose my job and everything that I work for. So it ain't nothing personal. It's just business. You can't create a movement that gives women opportunity to make allegations against men without any proof, with the whole believe all women without men responding to it. Now we're not only are we not going to meet women in the workplace, but we're not going to meet women damn near anywhere. So where does that leave us? Where does that leave our society now? I mean, catcalling is bad enough as it is, but if I can't even tell you that you look beautiful, or treat you like a goddamn woman without looking like a harassment allegation, what the fuck does that leave for our society? Just saying. Where does that leave our society? Where does that? Oh, and just said no, it's not. I don't know what she's talking. Okay. Oh wait, these are old ones. My bad. These are old. So yeah, where does that leave our society now? I mean, some of y'all met y'all significant others. I say salute to all of you. Salute to the married men and women out there. But even y'all understand how fucked up our dating market is. Even you married people out there understand how fucked up this dating market is. So salute to all of y'all for understanding that. Anyway, excuse me. Anyway, that's my final thoughts on the whole thing. Let's see who came in. And like I said earlier, this is the information to my Instagram. Anybody want to hit me up on that? Here's my Cash App. If anybody want to donate, feel free to do so. I forgot to pin at the top this time, but if anybody want to donate, feel free to do so. All right, then. Nobody else is having anything to say. Okay. Shout out to my other A1 Day One, always here to slay one. Cole, unpredictable, always at her pentacle. Salute to newcomer, impeccable living. I wish you could have came up, but it is what it is. Okay. Salute to IB Woden for stopping by. Salute to IB Woden for stopping by. Hope you have a nice fishing trip. I don't know how you're going to fish in this, but then again, you say you're from Texas. I know it's warm all year round out there, if not blazing hot. So yeah, I can imagine. So to my other top tier supporter, Angela C. How you be? Your Discourse top tier MVP. Yep. And salute to Be Love for stopping by. And yes, salute to Shiesty Bum for stopping by with her little monkey ass. Glad you could stop by and give your 2 cents, even though it was complete bullshit. But lucky for you, I'm an open-minded person, so I'm open to hearing whatever you got to say, as long as it's respectful and doesn't call out and doesn't, attack anybody as a person. So salute to you, Shiesty Bum. Hopefully next time you come on my show and behave yourself. I already said be love. And salute to Promote Conscious and Parenting, aka the Harrises, Mr. and Mrs. She Said. And more specific, Mr. and Mrs. Mr. He Said and Mr. She Said. Mr. and Mrs. She Said, always getting ahead. Listen to you, I will not be misled. Shout out to you for stopping by and putting that dumb chick in her place. I'm glad you came up here and did just that. Yeah. Talking about she just wants attention. Salute to you for stopping by and putting her in her place. All right, I got Angela C. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is I'm glad. Thank y'all for stopping by and showing your boys some love, showing your boys some support. Hope y'all have a rest of your great Saturday. I'm about to have a good Saturday of my own. This is your boy, Hustler and Muscular, also known as the H to the N to the M, dropping some gems, stomping harder than a pair of Timbs. And you know what I do, giving you the truth. Straight out the booth. Hit it out the park like Babe Ruth. That's what I do. Take care, y'all. Deuces.
Baby, do what I should, baby. Point, baby, do what I could, baby.
I knew you'd come. Somehow I just knew you'd find me.
She a hot girl. You a funky nigga.
Point, baby, do what I should, baby. Point, baby, do what I
pick some energy up. It don't matter. I know you never moved on if you tried. I don't believe it, baby. I know you lied all night long. What you mean I changed? I stay the same. Have me losing my mind. The city is mine.
Show to come lean on it, even when summer right there and it's hot outside. I take the beat and I ski on it. We on the Casamigos, I got 3 of them. They want me fuck them all night, want me pee on them. Nope, ain't finna have me on TMZ talking about trafficking. I got the ARP, I get the slapping and showing you bitch ass niggas what's happening. Fuck did you think? I tell the waitress at clubs I'ma open my bottle myself, so don't fuck with my drink. Pull up in the club in a Rolls Royce, car full of bad bitches bumping some Drake. Nigga, comfortable in here, it's me in the fully. Fuck with me, I'ma get jiggy. I see that she fuck with that, she don't think I seen her look. No, she won't give me that kitty. When they put the pressure on you niggas, run away. You know me, I'm still in the city. I just hit the grocery store, we got some groceries today. Went home and made me some chicken. These little niggas hoes. You see when you look in their eyes, I cook when these niggas like fries. Wanna be known? Wanna go get you some streams? I cook when you niggas on live. Came up with lies, I call them Pinocchio back on their ass. Like, no you don't, I'm in the fast. I'm smoking on, get nasty. Gave me some dope to go put on our fast. Like I'm running late. Back on that bullshit, ready to demonstrate. Get on your ass and go get some steak. I'm on some other shit, want some more real estate. I got a bag and here with a drink. She got that ass, I feel when it shake. Either got value to put on some weight. I'm tryna make that ass clap when you say, hey.
No one going in straight out the gate. Got lost for a minute, but I found my way. Now I'm back on my path again, and I'm about to get it cracking like a tree that's about to break. I came out of nowhere, pretty much out thin air. Wasn't anywhere to be found. Look, now he's there. I'm about to take everything. Better get the shit up, bitch. I'm sticking you up like alfalfa's hair. Southbound, giving out a sound that's rare. When I pick up the mic, it's going down like stairs. I'm making so many moves, been stepping so much. When I'm done, they gon' have to get the ground repaired. They gather round and stare when they hear me spit, cause my shit's so bitchin'. Call me Karen. Dudes wanna beef, but I ain't got time, cause I'm working around the clock like a watch repairman. Putting in work like Lizzo Chef. When I die, they gon' say that he did it to death. I'm doing infinite reps, but I ain't dripping the sweat, because I got more drive than a limo stretch. I'm about to bust, about to make a big old mess. I'm gonna give you the most, you'll never get no less. It's my turn now, I'm about to apply pressure. I'm like Derek Chauvin, how I get on next, so kneel down. Had to get my feet on the ground, like a blind man. I just had to feel around, I had to dip my toes in and compose myself and get my cardio up so I can steal the crown. So point him out, someone tell me where he's at. Doesn't matter who's got it, I can guarantee that whoever bears the cap, that shit's coming right off the top of his head like Harry Mack. I ain't never rep a set, babe. I'm just trying to come up with a plan for me to get paid. Smoother than the fresh shade, cruising in the Lincoln on the the interstate, listening to Ludo on cassette tape. Dudes want a template, thinking they can do it like me and that they come close, but they can't touch it like a sweat paint. Winning any bet made. Every time I'm on the microphone, you know it's gonna be a 10 like a decade. Chopping motherfuckers up like a chef's blade. Got them on the run like Diddy when the feds came. Y'all cats can't fuck with this because I got that dog in me like a pet crate. Trying to move quicker, so I'm trimming off the dead weight. Everybody loves you when they see you making headway. Coming out the woodwork, trying to get some, but you gotta cut them dickheads off like a sex change. Every time I spit, you can expect flames. You're gonna headbang as soon as you press play. Might as well bump my shit in a handicap parking spot, cause you're gonna walk away with a neck brace. Never slowing down, running at a set pace. Going full speed till I'm dead or my legs break. Yeah, I know that I was gone for a minute, but I'm about to give you more every month like the rent raised.